9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome. It is the Prem panel show. It's back, people, by popular demand. We had everybody saying they missed it. What happened? They missed the banter, the madness. So it's international break. So you know what? We brought it back for you guys just for this international break. We've almost got a full panel today. A few people are missing. We might have Lewis jumping in, but we have George. We have Cass and we have Lee. What's going on, brothers?
All
Not
good,
too bad, man. Not too bad.
Mr. Viewers.
I already know where this stream's gonna go, man.
Oh, you think you know, Cass?
I know where it's going. I just saw a fellow Man United content creator get roasted for minutes, pretty much 20 to an hour. It's mad. It's just every excuse under the sun. I'm here to do what Lee does, isn't it? Take a lead. I'm just chilling, man.
And obviously, I've got my co-host, the one and only Callum. What's going on, bro?
Yeah, bro. I was alright until I saw Robbo just got injured. Apparently,
I was gonna ask you what was the stank face, because I was like, hold on, what's happening?
Yeah.
Jason in the comments is saying that he's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks.
His shoulder. I got it in the background. His shoulder looks, he looks done.
What, a dislocation?
Yeah, it looks bad.
Simicast, it's time to rise.
He's garbage, man.
I told you George was going to be like this. I told you.
What?
You don't even mean that, George.
I'm stepping up for my Greek brother, man.
It's mad, isn't it? Like, I've been watching the behaviors. Like, you got Abby on DR, George. I'm like, is this what happens if Spurs start winning? Like,
Have you not
I thought George was the most
just happy
in the
man.
world, you know, and now I'm like, hold on a
I
minute.
told everyone the last thing we need is Tottenham winning and George getting on one. I told everyone. No one believed me.
Well,
I'm humble.
Let's be fair. Liverpool, you could have done your job, but you fucked up.
Man.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you get rushed in an alley,
You know what?
it's not your fault, is
Don't
it?
fall into the trap. Don't fall.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I saw someone put the ball in their own net, bro. So I don't know. I don't want to talk about that too much.
Don't fall for it.
That's the stumbling home after the rush. That's what that is.
Listen. I don't know. I
£20
just know
keeper.
there was a goal at the opposite end, and he put it in his own net. So life comes at you fast. They say, right?
Oh, it was something to be fair as well.
You know, when content creators, certain ones on this panel start making content because their team's winning all of a sudden, and they're doing great bits of content.
Oh, hold on. All I'm hearing as I came back with a bang.
Did you hear? It was like a compliment in the shade. It was like, it's great content, but it's only. It's like you get the big up and you get the shade.
You got time to do. You got the time to do content all of a sudden, isn't it?
So I tell you what. All right,
Well, look at the fact I'm sacrificing sleep now, but it's fine. It's fine.
It is what we'll do then. Yeah, we'll start at the top and we'll work our way down then. So we'll start with Spurs, because this is obviously, we're going to do a recap of what's happened so far. We're going to talk about where we feel that team lies. We're just going to do all that good stuff. Obviously, we haven't done one this season, so everybody has something they want to say about their team and other teams. Let's start with the top. Let's start with Spurs. I don't know how long we're going to be saying that.
How dare you say that?
Oh, don't worry, man. Give it a couple of weeks. When that's finished, then we're back to reality. But let me enjoy it for now.
Spurs. So, I mean, George, take it away, and then afterwards, everybody can throw their 2 pence in. But top of the league, man. To be fair, I mean, I hate you at the moment based on you being the team that benefited from our robbery. But at the same time, like, the football's been really fun to watch. Like, how are you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's been the main thing, right? Football's been unbelievable. I think the problem is there's no Spurs fan who's getting ahead of themselves. I think the media right now are loving the clickbait and loving to say that Spurs are going to bottle the league of this and the other, and we're not even in the conversation. I think at the moment we're just all enjoying it. The football's been amazing. The vibes of the club has been immaculate. And I think more so from before, we've been in this situation the last couple of years where we were top of the league. Was it the first time Conte was in charge, or like when Mourinho was in charge? Even Nuno, after 3 games, we were top. But the problem is, you can tell with the Nuno one, especially, that the football was just horrific. Those were like scraping 1-0 wins when we were diabolical. But I think the difference this time around is, I mean, first of all, Maddison is been a huge difference into the way we play, because we finally have that creator in the side, which we've, like everyone said, we've not had since Eriksen. And I think especially it's more that we're getting results against the teams that we normally wouldn't during the season so far. I think we've played like 5 away games, getting good results from there. So there's nothing really to complain about. I think the problem is we're already seeing Son and Maddison, they're sort of playing through their injuries because we don't have anyone else. The squad depth is atrocious at the moment. We've got an amazing first 11, but the squad depth isn't it. So I think as long as they can stay fit, we're living life. If as soon as they fall off, we're in deep trouble. But yeah, what can I say? I'm just enjoying the good football and the good results right now.
How dirty you sound, man. I hate it, bruv. That was
Listen, they were top last season, man. So we know what's going to happen anyway. So
the feeling is different, though.
It's
we have
completely
to be
different.
honest.
Everyone last year was saying, "Oh, this is unsustainable football. It's not going to last all my days." Yeah,
listen, I remember a certain club that was top 19 games in, and I know there were certain fans getting excited about that. It got to 20 games. We beat West Ham, or they beat West Ham after the international break, and I still couldn't get excited. So I'm not going to lose my head over 8 games. You know, I'm not going to go too crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what?
No one's losing their heads.
You know
That's the thing.
What's happened here? This ain't the league that I know.
You know what happens, man. We know what happens, man. We
Me
know what's
and
going to
George
happen.
switched.
We know what happens, man.
No, at least learning from his mistakes.
No,
what's
That's what you're
happening
supposed to do.
All of a sudden, they're not
He
playing
had
the
too much
sustainable
chest
football.
last season. He had too much chest last
Give it
season.
time, man. You know when they say let it fester, let it marinate, man. You know what I'm saying?
I
Give
think
it
he
time,
got
get it
humbled by
fester.
City last year, and now he's come back to reality a little bit.
Listen, as I said, I don't know why it's certain. I don't even know this is a topic of conversation because we know what's going to happen. So, I mean, you should keep it moving to the. We should keep it real.
Yeah,
you should
what?
keep it moving
What's
to
gonna
the proper clubs that are going to be fighting. You know. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
You know.
Well, I mean, we've got to stick on Spurs for a bit longer.
Listen, we can give them their shine. You know, you got to give the younger brother a little bit of shine sometimes because he's been going gym. He's been doing his press ups. He's been doing his bicep curls. But you know what?
Yeah, no, but the way Andrew's moving, the little brother's the one that turns up like a week later, and he's all of a sudden he's 6'5".
But you know what? You know what it is with Spurs.
You know,
They've got that little brother syndrome. They don't ever with the little brothers.
I'm going to beat you up. Never happened.
With the little brothers, they never understand that you got that old man strength. They got that hench old man strength. And the older brothers always got that thing over them. I've got 2 older brothers, so I know, innit? I think I'm that guy.
I know the brother.
It
My
becomes
brother,
like an
I have that younger
inferiority
brother that was
complex, innit?
always
Like, you
tiny,
can't
and
help
now
it.
all of a sudden he's up there. So I'm like,
Yeah. Listen, man.
But
Yeah.
sticking with Spurs. All right, George, here's a question I got for you. Maybe this is a stupid question, but I think there might be some validity in this. Players that you don't think are good enough in your squad were based on having poor management. Is a Højbjerg, is a Skip really that bad of a step down if he's coached right, if he's in a system that is a bit better? Højbjerg ain't that bad of a player.
no, but like so for like Højbjerg, for example, it's one of those ones where with the way we're playing right now, he's not. I don't think he's good enough to be that that starter and play the whole match and play the way for that whole game. What Højbjerg's been really good at is sort of coming on maybe with 20 minutes left and sort of sees out the match. Even the game against you guys, I think it was one of the ones where we just were being so predictable with the way we were playing, trying to force it down the middle. You guys obviously were keeping it very tight. But when Højbjerg came on, he was finally moving the ball out wide quickly and sort of added a little bit more solidity, a little bit more of like a steady head. Whereas obviously we've still got young players like Saar, but I don't think someone like Højbjerg fits the way we play throughout like a whole match, like from the first minute. And there's quite a few players like that. Even like to the centre backs, Romero, Van der Ven, perfect. The next step is Dyer, Davis, and that is a huge drop off. So if we lose either of those two, that's when it becomes a problem. So I think the squad's fine for coming on maybe for 10 minutes, but not to play the whole game.
Weren't you happy with Davis last season, though?
No, for me, he's always been that player that's like a 6 to 7 out of 10 every game. Like he very rarely has like a stinker, but he's never the man of the match or the most amazing player. He's just like really average to good, and that's best. But he's not like he's not going to be good at this inverted fullback playing in midfield sort of role. So I don't know, man.
Oh, is that where he'd be playing? Oh, yeah, Lord.
Yeah, he won't be a centre back really. He's been playing more left back, but because we got rid of Sanchez and co, that leaves us with pretty much no centre backs whatsoever. It's basically Dyer and then Ashley Phillips, who's 18 years old. So there's no depth there whatsoever.
Is Bentancur due to be back by the time the AFCON comes around?
Yeah, he's supposed to be back in about a month. They're saying like 3 to 4. But well, that's back in training fully. I don't know about matches and all that, but he should be back for AFCON to take Basuma or
because that's the one I guess you're going to be relying on, right? When the two go to AFCON to like
massively.
kind of carry the mantle a bit in their absence.
Yeah, and the problem is I think Højbjerg still wants to leave anyway himself, which means if he's going to leave in January, we have to get a replacement in the first week. Otherwise, it's probably going to have to be Skip filling the shoes while the guys are out. And again, he's okay, but just for the way we're playing right now, I don't know, man. He just seems he's similar to Winks, where he's a good all-round centre mid, but there's nothing in particular that he's really good at. And I think that's a little bit of the problem with a few of our players.
Fair dues. I mean, guys, anything that you lot want to have a say on Spurs and how they've been playing?
I try to tell you Liverpool fans about Van der Ven when you linked to him in the summer. Baller, bro. I know my Bundesliga.
He's
players.
unreal, man.
Unreal player, man. Other than those 2 unfortunate own goals at the start of the season, guy's a baller, man. He's serious.
I was wrong on him. I hold my hands up.
I don't really know why we didn't buy a centre back, Cass. Not even just him. Like, just generally speaking, the only thing that I can think of is that we knew that Konza was ready, and Klopp thought, I'll wait to see what I can do, and then maybe January next season. Because for real, we were linked with so many centre backs, and in the end, we didn't buy any. So
I think the minutes played into it, the Van der Ven one, because he recently did an interview for the Netherlands, obviously on the international break just now, and he was asked about the fact that he was linked to Liverpool and was it United or Chelsea? There was like another team in the league, and I can't remember. I think it was United.
Might have been Chelsea.
It wasn't us.
Everyone, bro.
It wasn't us. I know
Okay,
it
must have been Chelsea then. There was another like big team that he was linked to, and his first thing was like Spurs were the only ones that were like guaranteeing first team football all the time, like progression, all this, that, and the other. So maybe it was one of those ones where you guys, you might have said he wasn't going to start ahead of Van Dijk and Matip or whoever it was. So, and Konate.
I already rate Kwanzaa. I rate Kwanzaa.
He's quality.
no, he's definitely got a good future if he continues on his trajectory. Everybody knows how I feel about him. He's the one that I've got the most faith in to like come through and become a first team player. But obviously, when we get on to Liverpool, we'll talk about that. Lee, I mean, before we move on to Arsenal, who's obviously second in the table, how are you feeling about your rivalry with Spurs and the fact that North London is actually dominating the top of the table right now, which is kind of mad, but it is.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna go too crazy with it. I think they've done well, but I just think they're pretenders. You know, they're gonna have a good season for them, which is finishing in the top 4, which I predicted anyway. Well, I said they'll finish 5th. I thought they would have a really, really good season. And listen, I think the players one of the players who've come back and surprised me, you know, Basuma's looking good, and Udoji's the one that's standing out for me. I think that's the one where I'm like, you know what, I didn't know much, I weren't familiar with his game, but Spurs aren't finishing top 2, top 3. It is not happening. So, you know, we can talk about 8 games, but I'm here for the big trophies. I'm here with a big table, and you know, ultimately Spurs aren't there. So I can give praise for what it is, and I said they would have a good season.
Arsenal aren't either after last year. So
do you know what I will say? I will say, as I said, I got to give them credit, but ultimately, man, Spurs are going to be Spurs. I'm never going to change my opinion on them until they do something. You know, you can have all the girls. There's a famous song by if you anyone are going to go find it, it's Dennis Brown, "Money in My Pocket." You got all the money in the pocket,
no love,
but you can't get no love, and you can't do it. You ain't going to win anything. So you can have all these ballers, you can have one game a week, but you ain't doing nothing with it. It's not going to happen. So listen, don't go too above your pay station. Remember who you are. Remember the players you've got. And ultimately, look, Spurs have a good 11, but they're not the best 11. Van der Ven ain't better than Van Dijk. Van der Ven, for me, isn't better than Gabriel. Romero isn't better than Saliba. I don't think that this team is a team where they should be going away to some of these top teams and thinking they're going to win. I think they're on a little joyride, happy-go-lucky, and if they do well, they do well. You're not going to Liverpool expecting to win. As an Arsenal fan, I think we should be going there because of the position that we're in. You're not going to Man United dominating and thinking, no. Again, it's not a guarantee.
Okay,
of course.
Okay.
But where we're at right now in the trajectory of this club, we're going for the league with Liverpool and Man City. Spurs aren't. Spurs aren't going away to Aston Villa, to Brighton, and expecting and dominating to win. we are. So I don't think that Spurs need to be spoken about in the way they do. But as I said, give them credit after 8 games because, you know, last season I went through the same thing and I had to go to February and people still didn't give Arsenal the credit because it was going to fall away. So why is it that Liverpool are now the darlings of football and because their manager says mate that I'm going to start wanking over them? Come on, man.
Spurs.
Yeah, Spurs, police. Yeah, nah, it is what it is, man. Like,
I was thinking Liverpool. What? Liverpool ain't just come through there. Did you see that?
Come on, man. Like, let's be fair. Like, it's 8 games.
All right, Lee. Let me ask
That
you
sounds
this.
like an insecure man because no one is saying that we're expecting any of those things.
It's 8 games. I'll give you credit.
Let me jump in. Yeah,
my games.
All right, go on.
Yeah, I'm not saying Lee in particular, but the ones I want to agree with him, a lot of the ones that I know of, you're hypocrites because Arsenal somehow went from 8th, 5th to 2nd. Spurs have gone and done an 8th job, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The difference is between you could give them leeway for this year is the fact that they got 1 game a week. They're not even in a Carabao Cup. FA Cup, you don't even have to wait. So injuries are not going to really be a major concern, I don't think, as much as the next team. Arsenal
was going to be my next question, actually. So keep going.
Arsenal did have a better squad last year, but you needed the better squad and probably the better 11 anyways because you was fighting on all fronts. I agree with Lee, though. Like, I don't think they're going to have the know-how or let alone the players in total to go off and go win a title. But for leaders,
I don't think any of us expect that either.
For leaders sit there and say, like, I'm with the big boys, It was only last year where he was creaming over all of it. So what now?
Yeah, but hold on, because where we were last season,
you have to give praise when it's due, bro.
Hold on. I've given credit to Spurs, but I'm also saying Arsenal are in a position now, and I don't want to make it an Arsenal thing, but I'm saying Arsenal are in a position now where we're going for the league title, which everybody probably would agree because we've bought players in to propel us to a position to fight for the league. Spurs haven't done that. So my point is I'm not going to lose my head after 8 games because what happens if they lose to Fulham next game? Then what's going to happen is it's going to be, silly, same old Spurs. So ultimately, I'm giving them the praise for 8 games, but last season, I went 25 games where we literally won every single game and no one gave us credit for anything other than we're playing well. Because what did they keep saying? That ultimately Man City are going to win the league, which they did. So why does everybody expect me to go crazy after 8 games? It is 8 games.
No, not crazy.
Can we not go?
Can we not crazy?
Can I not
crazy.
Again, I don't know what happens, but there's different. Certain people they just put their little pepper on it and then they just put it in the oven. I like to do my season overnight. I like a little festa. But these man just want to just put it in the oven. Calm down, man. Calm down.
You were clearly, in your experience, you had it 93% of in the oven for too long.
That's slow roast.
I mean, right now I've been letting my chicken cook for 20 years, bro. That's the way I am.
Let me just ask the panel a question in case I forget. I don't think that Spurs are going to win the league as I sit here right now. I don't.
No one does.
But what I do believe is that there's quite a few similarities to the Leicester team that won the league. And I'll tell you why. They've got an unbelievable midfielder. Kante was the one for Leicester. Bassuma's the one for Spurs. I think Bassuma's player of the season so far. People can disagree with me, but I think he's player of the season so far. Then you've got the creator. Mahrez was the one for Leicester. Maddison is the one for Spurs. Then you had the finisher in Vardy. Son is the finisher for Spurs. And then you've got sprinkled good players around. I think Spurs
have a
better squad if you look at the others. Is there not a 1 game a week?
There's
keep that first 11 fit. Is there not a possibility this run could just keep going?
There's 2 parts to that, though. There's 2 parts. They don't have a Mahrez.
Maddison is their Mahrez.
They don't have, no, because remember, Danny Drinkwater was their Maddison. So they don't have a Mahrez.
No, I mean in terms of the X factor kind of player in the team. Do you get what I mean? The league wasn't the same. So Man City was the I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying to you. You've got Aston Villa, who on any given Sunday, the famous quote, they can beat Spurs. Newcastle can beat Spurs. They can beat Arsenal. Whereas back in the day, it was literally Leicester and it kept going and going and going. And we thought that ultimately Man City were going to do what they did. But Aguero was so off of form. The manager wasn't great. So all of the things encompassing is why they won the league. You have to go through the magical spell of having all the other teams to fall off. But Man United, can we not forget, could have beaten Spurs at their ground. Can we not forget that? They could have been 2-3-0 up in that first half. And look how poor Man United are. So this isn't a team where they are this amazing, encompassing team. They're a good team, but let's not go too crazy with it.
Yeah, but equally though, it took you guys about 3 years and 400 million to get to the same point that we've done in about 8 games.
No.
I think it's like, and it's like no one's expecting us. No one's expecting us to have a Leicester season because you're right. The teams were the bigger teams in that league.
That was cheeky,
that
bro.
year.
That was so
Fell off massively. Chelsea were poor. Man City were poor. Liverpool, like everyone was poor, pretty much except for Leicester that year, and we just weren't good enough to win. This year, Man City is still going to be good. Arsenal is still going to be good. Liverpool look a lot better than they did last year. Lord knows what's happening with Chelsea and United, but like the teams are still good right now. And I think Man City in recent years have set a ridiculously high bar when it comes to the points you need to win the league. And I think for us, it's not even about trying to even think about the league right now. I think we're thinking more that we are a lot further ahead in our process than we thought we would be at this point. We're playing amazing football already. And this is where the problem of the squad comes in and maybe injuries come in, because if Maddison and Son are already falling off a bit, Johnson's already had to go out, Solomon's out for 4 months. We haven't got Perisic for the rest of the season. He's probably going to leave in January anyway.
For the rest of the season? Is he out for the whole season?
ACL. What happened to Solomon?
Solomon's MCL, so he's out for 3 to 4 months. So we're already getting injuries as well, and like injuries aren't an excuse, right? The thing is, every team's getting injuries, but our squad, because of those injuries, our squad is not then built to win a league this year, which is why we're not aiming for that. Our aim has got to be to play the best football in the league to get us into the top 4, and then hopefully, obviously, like I would love in my life to win an FA Cup this year, but that's ridiculous to just want to expect that in the first year. But obviously, I'd love us to do well in that competition and go for a trophy. But no one's expecting us to go and win the league at the end of the season. The other teams are too built for it compared to us right now. But the fact that we're so far ahead in our process hopefully means in the next couple of windows when we do add to the squad and get rid of the deadwood that we haven't been able to, hopefully that means we just keep snowballing and progress faster.
I was going to say before we move on to Arsenal, if you lot are still in a similar position come January, surely Levy's got to, for the first time, go, I've actually got to spend some money here because even if we don't win, I've got to show the ambition based on what we're like. Surely he's got to do that.
Nope. Let's be honest. George...
No, he should. Whether he will or not is...
No, wait a minute. Sorry, Drift. FSG going to spend money in January? Surely they should, right? Surely they should.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
cool
I know.
They're cut from the same cloth, bro.
Yeah, trust me.
No, they are. But like,
we've seen there's such a huge, sample size of over the years of when Spurs could have strengthened and they never. Like Pochettino could have strengthened in January, didn't. After that title, after that Champions League, you'd think, yeah, surely now they strengthen the squad and they can go further. No, even after that I think they got a new technical director as well, which is kind of changed. Maybe something is changing within Spurs board overall, and maybe there might be something decent in the recruitment as we've seen over this summer, which has ultimately been good profiles. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, I'm not as someone that's out looking in, it doesn't look good in terms of Levy and ambition. We all know if he's happy to be around the top 4, if maybe 5th, that's his expectations. I don't think it's going to rise from there, man.
That's our major problem. Is like you said, like it's one of those ones where he, in that situation, he should back the manager and then decide, we've got a good chance here, but that won't be the case. It'll be a case of, can we get rid of our players that we don't want first, and then if we can, then we'll bring people in. That's our problem right now.
Boy, I can't wait for this to crumble down, and then everyone's going to keep saying the same thing they say every year.
There's no crumble here. We're just
enjoying our
lives.
Something he was going to say about Spurs,
We'll
bro.
get top 4. We'll get Champions League, and we'll be living.
Back in. I'm sure there was
I can't
something.
even remember now, to be honest.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. I remember there was something he was going to say, but all right then, let's move on to the team that's second in the table, the old Gooners.
Listen, man,
the old Gooners. You know what I mean? The only other undefeated team with Spurs in the league. I mean,
just beat the reigning champions as well.
Yep, just beat the reigning champions. Get it how you live it. It is what it is. An undeserved win, in my opinion, but a win is a win.
Oh, definitely not.
Come on, man. This is craziness.
No. I think that game was just a draw written all over.
No, but for a start, Kovacic should have been sent off.
No, I agree with that, but we all know that going down to 10 men doesn't mean you're going to win the game. It doesn't.
Why?
Sometimes it wakes you up.
Because the powerhouse Spurs, this team that we're talking about.
No. Liverpool have won 2 games this season and gone down to 10 men.
No,
it
but
doesn't always mean you can go down.
The point. No, to say they didn't deserve it. If I'm not mistaken, City didn't have a shot on target or something like that as well.
Because I think the game was a draw. I'm not saying Man City were better. I think that game was as close of a draw as you could ever imagine. And lucky for Arsenal, they got a deflected goal. Like, I truly think the game had draw written all over it, and I think it looked like the type of game that was a draw. I'm not even trying to be shady, because maybe
I could say that you didn't deserve to beat Newcastle because of the manager's poor mistakes of the tactical changes.
That's fair enough.
Potato.
But I'm not saying I would argue with you. We were outplayed by Man City.
You make your own luck in football, but Man City didn't have a shot after the 58th minute of the game. 58th minute. This is Man City that have spent all this money, and they have the player who scored 52 or 56 goals last season, and he didn't have a shot the whole game. That is what we managed to do.
I think City were playing for the draw, though, Lee. I think that's the difference. Like, I think if you actually look at the way, I think that but what I mean is, I'm not taking credit away from Arsenal. I think the game was playing out like it was by design of Pep just going for a draw. Like, I don't think Pep was trying to win the game.
There was only one team trying to go for the win, and it was us, and we got the win.
I agree.
So I can't sit here and say, it's our fault or anything. We won the game. We won the game fair and square. We dominated them. We played better than them. We had more opportunities to score from them. It was a dead game, but if you look at it,
I don't know about dominate. I think
over the course of the game, we were better than them. Like, that's where I would go with it, to be honest. But it is that's just what I think in it. But hello, little man.
Hello, I'm cool.
What's up, little man?
Coming in. I want to see Uncle. Go on then. Or you not?
Say, come on, you Spurs.
Don't do that.
No, there's no way. No way, Cal's letting that.
It'd be hard as a 2-year-old to walk out on the streets by yourself.
You wanted to go wash them dishes.
Your sleeves are wet still. I think they're done. No, let's cut that actually, because I don't want no one coming through. We are joking. My kid don't do the dishes. It's a joke.
Only on weekends.
Don't cancel me. I don't need that drama.
But yeah, if obviously we're sticking with Arsenal. I mean, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, Lee? Just overall, like, generally speaking, like, is it going how you thought it would? Is it not? Are you happy? Are you not? Like, how do you feel?
Listen, I think the only thing I can say is maybe a sticking point is the injuries and Havertz. I think Havertz hasn't done what we want him to do, but I don't think he's been horrible. I just don't think he's been anywhere near good enough for the money that we've paid for him. But I think he's going to be a utility player for us. Do I think spending £65 million on him was the right decision? No, but if the manager's using him in the way that he wants to use him, and he's doing what he needs to do, like getting an assist, coming on, causing havoc, causing chaos, making a difference, getting an assist, then yeah, like, I'm fine. I think we're playing well. We're playing like a team that's learned from last season. That's another thing. So the best thing I would say about the Man City game was the fact that we played against Man City, who, yes, they didn't have their full team, but we didn't have our full team. We didn't have Saka. We didn't start with Martinelli. We didn't start with Partey. And obviously Timber's only played 1 or 2 games for us. And yeah, like, we're looking good. So we've got a good defense, and that's the basis of winning a league. So that's where I can go with it. I think Arsenal fans, we're rightly optimistic. I don't think we're confident, because we know Man City are probably going to still win the league, but I think we can put up another fight. I think Liverpool are also going to be there as well, but I think the manager's learning, and that's one thing I like about him. He learns from his mistakes. He's getting better. He's showing that he can make the right substitutions. He's showing that he can be tactically sort of more flexible. So these are all things that I'm liking from the manager. So look, Declan Rice, I don't even know what more I can say about the guy. I think people speak about Basuma. Declan Rice is absolutely unreal. I wanted Caicedo, but I think he's an absolutely immense player. So fair play to him. He's coming in making a difference. So Yeah, man. Like Odegaard's getting numbers. Martinelli hasn't played all season. Jesus is performing, so it's looking good, man. It's looking good.
When does challenging not start just becoming a problem when you're not winning it? Just genuinely out of curiosity, because I'm not being funny with the amount that you spent. Obviously, you came so close last year. Like, surely the expectation now has to be going to win it, especially now you spent a lot more money to get closer to that City squad and win it now.
I think logic says, right, there's no God-given right to do anything, because you can clearly see Chelsea and Man United have spent unreal amounts of money and they've not won anything. So there's no God-given right. But what you have to do is you have to put yourself into positions, and we're there. We're currently above Man City, and we're currently, in a position where we can, win the league.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
There's another flaw in Lee's whole thing about Man City with all the money that's spent. So I've done some calculations, bar transfer market. So you talk about Man City expenditure when they have sold a lot more than you, by the way.
I didn't say that. I said they've spent money. What are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about since Arteta's been at the club, you have spent, in pounds, and this is close to it, roughly around 590 million going on. They have only spent 27 million. 28, 30 million more than you since Arteta's right. So talk of money since spent about 4 years ago. You are basically on par.
Do you want context, or do you want to just chat shit?
No, because you know what it is with you.
No, but which one? Okay, because if you want context, I'll give you that. If you want to chat shit, we can do that one.
So I didn't do that. I gave you a fact. So I'm going to hit you with a fact. Every time you talk about Man City, all you ever do, and this, I'm not trying to even back Man City. I'm trying to add maybe fuel to the fire a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You always talk about how much money they spend, but never account for how much your club has also spent, which is exactly the same. And they make way more money than you in the two points.
No, because I can just debunk your whole point you're saying.
Go on then.
The first 2 seasons, or the first season and a half, we spent £84 million, hence why we finished 8th.
Okay, I can see it.
The second 2 seasons, we spent this whole amount of money. Where did we finish? 2nd, and now we're here. So what are you talking about? Oh, sorry, 5th, and then 5th and 2nd.
Yeah, so what you talk about money.
So clearly, the money that we're spending is correlating into some sort of relative success, because we're finishing higher up in the league. So what you're saying, you're backing my point. So we're spending money and we're seeing results, whereas with your stupid club, you're spending money and you're going lower. So what are you talking about? With Chelsea, they're spending more and more money, hence why they spent £1 billion.
The thing is, I didn't even mention my club. Since you want to do that, I'll make a mad statement. Lee, facts on facts. You can have as much hope as you want, but we all know Man United is a sleeping giant. We will win a league before you win a league, and that's a fact.
But the whole point is, no
matter how shit we are, we will come out of the volcano, and you will be the ashes, bro.
But that's fine. Hold on. This is the same person I meant to believe that predicted Man United to finish 2nd. Did you or did you not? That's a fact, right?
Okay.
Yes or no? Yes or no? This is the same person I meant to believe that said Man United to finish 2nd. Where did you see Liverpool going to finish? Where did you see Liverpool going to finish? Give us the facts. So again, how am I meant to take anything you say and correlate that?
So wait.
Man United.
Then all right, you want to add the context? Have you added the context? You haven't added context, but you haven't added context.
I'm giving you more facts. Your facts.
You're getting hot because you're going on about money spent.
No. Let's use your facts. Let's use your facts. In the first 2 years, we £84 million. Where did we finish? We finished 8th and 8th. Where did we finish when we spent it, accelerated our money? We finished 2nd, and now where we are, we're 2nd. Top. So what you're saying is the pressure is there for us to win, which I've said, and you're saying that when we spend more money, the expectation rises, which it has, which is why we're now 2nd. In the league,
you've been spending money, G. I'm looking at it right now. You spent about 150 million that season. You spent another 150 in one season, and then you spent 200 odd this season. You've been spending money, bro. I'm just saying, stop using the money excuse about City spending money. They're just better than you. Anyways, you got hot. You being hot. You got hot as soon as I mentioned.
No. I just literally.
You done it last year. You're doing it this year.
Okay, I'm just saying to you.
Anyways, I'm gonna add my point now. Wait 1 sec. Anyways, I said 2nd when I said based off what point? Based off the fact I didn't know who City were going to sign. At that current moment, City didn't sign Doku and they didn't sign Nunes either. I thought they were going with no squad because I didn't know.
Brother, did you not say that you were going to finish 2nd, bro? Just give us the facts, bro. We're in a court of law. Did you say that, yes or no? We're in a court of law.
You're talking court of law, but I'm saying based off of one thing.
Brother,
I want to put my
where
team.
did you say Man United are going to finish?
Brother, if you're going to go into a court of law, do you not go with facts and what you said? A whole script.
Can I give you another fact? You with your own mouth, with your own brain, you predicted you to finish second when you lost 7-0 last season. This is the same club.
Maybe I've overrated the situation that was going on at Man United. I expected the players to do a lot better, but
maybe.
Yeah. Why is it I expected my team to do a lot better, yeah. And unfortunately for us, with everything that's gone on, it's happened, isn't it? Yeah. But bro, it was the same people that were getting on to you for saying you was going to finish second last year as well. But guess what happened? But it don't matter. Guess what? As shit as we are, somehow, in some way, we're still only 5 points behind shit. So that's how the given context of, oh, Lee, I ain't heard you say one thing. Oh, it's only 8 games played. Why are you not using that one now? Scratching your head. See, the guy baffles. Because when you go into Lee, because when you go into a court of law, they type down everything you say because it was based off one thing.
Are you finished above Arsenal? Are you finished above Liverpool?
Huh? I think in the end we will catch up to Liverpool.
So you're going to finish above them? No. Again, not catch up to them. Are you going to finish above them? Look, because we're here. I saw stand by what I said. I think Europa will end up catching up to them at some point. So you're going to finish above them? Yes or no? Come on, this is
as good as they are. I think we catch up. I said I think we catch up.
Finish above them. That's what we want to know.
We catch up.
That's ain't committed to nothing.
Hold on. Are you finishing above Spurs?
Yeah.
This is what I have to do with.
No.
Yours has been dragged back in out of nowhere. Whoa.
Easy, bro. Because you know what is here? The unfortunate situation of things. It was this time last year. I think Spurs were 9 points even ahead of us. 9 points. We got written off the exact same way, by the way, after the second international break. No, sorry, there wasn't one. After 8 games. Guess what? I remember telling Sean, I said, Sean, when it comes to New Year's, watch. It's not gonna be. We're gonna catch up, and it is what it is. Situation, bro. It is that. Look, so if we're gonna go off Lee's logic, technically the table doesn't lie, and that's how it's always gonna stay. Like, I think we'll change all the time.
With context.
That's music to George.
The first 350 million pounds we spent is because we were so bad. Our first 11 was Mustafi, Cech, Kalashnic, or all of these stupid. Like, we had to get rid of all these. Like it was.
Here comes a sob story. Like, that's what he talks about. What they do all the time, bro. That's
we're gonna get British Got Talent.
It is what it is. We're spending the money. Hold on.
It's boring. No, I'm not. I said to that, so I'll say to you, it's boring.
All right, cool.
We know that Arteta had to strip a squad. It's like that said, when we had to win our first league title, things changed. I don't care. I've heard the story. I don't need to
Is the season done? Is the season done, Kaz? Is the season done?
Choose your own words, because that's what you said about Man United right now.
You're proving my point by saying we're spending money, and what's it equaling? It's equaling relative
Snooze fest.
But you don't even know what you're saying. You're just saying anything.
No, because you said in the court of law, but in the court of law, they type down everything one says.
Yes, so we're spending money, and what's it doing? What's it doing? Is it improving or not? Are we spending money and getting better?
I call you facts in the court of law.
Are we getting better? Okay, are we getting better? Are we getting better? Yes or no?
100%. I think Arsenal
are you spending money?
Are we talking about now, or are we talking about Peter Check?
Bro, you don't want to ask.
Are we talking about Peter Check, or are we talking about now? Which one do you want to do?
Man. Anyway, listen. Arsenal.
Let me ask you a question, Lee. Let me ask you a question. With the money we spent, the project you've been doing, if Arsenal don't win the league this season, is it a failure?
No, because there's no God-given right to win the league. No, Man City have the best players, so no, it's not a failure. It isn't a failure.
This is a different.
I seem to hear you putting pressure on other teams in this sort of situation, though. I do remember that.
I'm telling you straight up.
I do remember this.
Can I land on this one before I go get you?
Right. There's no God-given right for any person to say, because you spend the money, because we are in a league where teams spend more than Arsenal and finish lower than us with Chelsea. So by that logic, can I just ask anybody here, should Chelsea be being higher in the league than us because they've spent more money than us?
No. The reason, but I specifically said the project. You guys have been doing your project for what, 4 years now? Chelsea
Yeah,
have only
Chelsea,
started
yeah.
their project. I get they spent mad money, but they've just started their project. You guys have been in motion for a little while now, and you just bought a Declan Rice. Timber unfortunately got injured, but you bought him. Big up Kai Havertz. You bought Kai Havertz as well. Should you
And
not?
it's a stretch to say Havertz had an assist against City as well.
Can I
don't.
say something?
It's such a stretch.
Big up Havertz, bro. We need him to be playing.
My point is that when you're asking me this question, you can't just go off because we're spending money and this and that, because
No, but it's the whole
there's
thing.
a clear better team than us in the league. Now what Arteta has to, the equalizer has to be like what Liverpool had, the manager, because that's clearly what it is. It's clearly the manager that made your team better for you to win one league, just one. So we now need to put ourselves in a position
Champions
where
League
we
as well,
can do
no?
that. Last season we did that. No, we're talking about the league. Last season we did that.
Last
Last season we did that. Now we need to do it again, but obviously be above them. We've shown that we can beat them. We're showing improvement. So now the process is that we now have to finish it off by winning the league, which I can't give you the answer because ultimately I'm not here. But do I think we're going to win the league? I have a very, very good chance to. I feel like we have a much, I think we've got a much better chance to this season than we did last season.
You must.
No, it's not a we must though, because as I said, ultimately we don't have a better. If you go through, hold on. Again, logic says, I watched your show yesterday. You two above me both chose that you got a better first 11 and a better squad than us. So again, we don't have the best players. We don't have the best squad.
Oh.
Did you not? You did Callum and Drift. You not approve?
No. I've actually been giving you your flowers.
No, okay.
I think we've got a better.
Can you see my point? Can you see my point? Better teams. Some teams have better players, better squads, better managers. So people are just going off this logic. Oh, we spend money that we must win. It's not a we must, because there are better teams than us who have got and who have spent more money than us. So it's not a God-given right. It doesn't happen like that.
See, look, I hear that last sentence weren't necessary though, Mitch. That was harsh, bro.
It doesn't happen like that.
The thing is, you say just as a counter argument, like you say, it's not a God-given right, which.
No, I'm just saying it's not a we must, like it's we must do it, or it's a failure.
But then people say the same thing, that City must win because they've supposedly got the better team. But you've just beaten that team, and a lot of your fans are saying you now have a better team than City.
Yes, okay, again,
so surely that must mean you now have the right to win the league.
We beat them over a one-off game. The reason why the Premier League is so unique is because of the teams are so diverse. So we can play Man City and beat them, but we might lose to Luton away. That is what the Premier League is.
So do you have to win something then, Lee? You have to win something.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah, of course, but it's not a we must. It's not like, oh my God, if we do, it's a failure, because life isn't black and white. Oh, if you don't win.
I think you have to win something. I
need
to see.
I'm not gonna lie, Lee, that you're trying to share the responsibility.
George, respectfully, and this is where you need to draw a little bit because Tottenham, innit? See this?
I'm a football fan. I'm a football fan as well. I'm allowed to have an opinion in this.
No, I didn't say you can't have an opinion. But as a Tottenham thing, as a Tottenham fan, you wouldn't understand, innit? You don't know the feeling, innit? So I'm just saying, innit? I'm just saying, if my club was going well, yeah, if my club is going well, forget the money spent, yeah, I don't care if it's $1 billion or 700 or 600 million or whatever, yeah, forget that, bro. Yeah, if I come from a background in my club where I'm used to winning stuff, and recency has not been the case. Lee, it's been even longer for UG. So, but you're old enough to know the feeling of Arsenal's winning. This is where I say, don't ever drop your standards, yeah, because if Liverpool, if Liverpool went and got one of the best managers in Klopp, at that time was probably the buzz manager at the time. If they went 4 years on a process or a project, or Man United on a process or project of 4 years, and granted, they also chop their squad. Granted, we also need to chop our squad. Granted, you've already done yours in 2 years, but if you're there after 4 years, bro, and you're saying we don't need to win anything.
I didn't say that.
That's what I gathered. You said no. You said it's not a must.
You're inferring information that isn't correct.
If my manager has not won nothing in 4 years, I'm sorry. This is the difference between my standards and your.
He has won something though.
That cup, man. That's Emery's squad. We're talking about your squad, his squad.
But he has won something.
Oh, whatever. It's half a season. I'm not even counting it, man.
But he has won something.
All right. Lee, 4 years. I didn't say 4.5 years. I said 4 years. Yeah, since he took over, he's had he's had 8 windows, G, to go and change a squad, and you're telling me by the time he gets to that 8th window in 7 windows, 8 windows by January and stuff like that, you're telling me you're gonna go reimburse your squad with maybe Ivan Toney and a Pedro Neto, and you're gonna tell me that as an Arsenal fan with standards saying you must not like this season is not a you must with winning something. That's bro. You know what I call that? Not you. Remember, I'm not targeting you. I don't want to make it sound personal before I say it, but that's pathetic, bro. Like that is pathetic.
It's not though.
That is pathetic.
As I've said, people on this panel would agree that they have better.
You want their managers sacked, by the way. Liverpool fans have standards, bro.
Yeah, but I have standards too. But I'm saying to you, it's not a God-given right. I'm saying to you, we should be winning the league, but it's not like, oh my God, if we don't, then that's a failure and he must go. Because life doesn't. I'm not black and white. I don't just go from one end to the other.
When is it a failure then, Lee? When is it? When is Arteta failed as an Arsenal manager then? When would be the point where you'd be like, right, you know what, like this ain't working?
He should win the league this season, but I'm saying to you, it's not, oh my God, it's the biggest failure because ultimately we don't have the best team. We don't have the best players in each position. So why is it we must? Did no one predict?
You're further along in your process, Lee. Honestly, you are way further along in your process than every other top side.
Yes, we are. We are.
So you should be closer to perfection.
Yes, we are. So So the challenge is to be closer to Man City. The challenge is to be.
No, you're even further along than them, bro.
No,
they've had a major upheaval in their squad.
You know what, Callum? Fair play. Your team actually had to play against the nasty, quick. That Man City of that the period that you had to go up against is way more superior than what even the treble winning team, bro. I don't give a damn, especially from what this season or what we can see. That's to tell you, bro, they've got Kopish as a Holden's backup midfielder, G, and you're saying our squad isn't good. Lee, rate yourself, rate your thing, because you know what I feel like you're fearing saying we're gonna go win the league, or you're fearing that. You like just the
no. You're just no. All you're trying to do is hold on.
This year.
All you're trying to do is you're trying to put on. All you're trying to do is try and do this little thing where, and we're going to get into your club for sure. All you're trying to do, you're trying to do this thing. You're trying to do this thing again.
Is that the time?
This is where like logic just goes out the window, because this is the same guy that predicted Arsenal to finish lower than Man United, but it's a we must. How the fuck?
You know what is
so dumb. Like it is so.
This is when it comes to fans being fickle and being absolutely pathetic. See, as human beings in predictions, no. Your point is invalid now. Yeah, but you know, I'm not going to lose my head. My badly.
But my point is, my point is, I'm not going to lose my head over being fickle or being silly, because I'm going to use logic to be like, yeah, no, and it's not about. It's actually not about last year. It's about learning from the fact that we aren't the best team. We aren't a team that was predicted to win the league other than Callum. I think we're going to win the league, but it's not. People are waking up saying, oh, because we're 4 years in and we've spent X amount of money, that the two things marry up. No, it doesn't work like that. There are so many other things. This team has been together for how long? Man City have got a manager who's clearly better than Arteta. They've got a man who can just wake up and score 56 goals. They've got Kevin De Bruyne. They've got Ruben Diaz. They can spend £100 million. My dad's from half Grenadian. Grenada don't have an army. They're spending more than countries on their war defense. That's what Man City are spending. More than some countries on their fucking war defense. And you're expecting me to just wake up one morning and be like, you know what? We must win the league. Probably don't work like that.
I can't lie. As I said, if it was me and it was 4 years in and my manager's not won nothing and the club's going well and he still hasn't won nothing major, brother, I want you sacked. That's as simple as that. That's my standards as a Man United fan.
No difference to him and Pochettino.
How many years did
he spend left?
Anyways,
I'm asking because I'm trying to correlate the two. How many years?
Jurgen Klopp came in October 2015,
and you won in 2019 the first trophy, right?
Yeah, after getting to
okay, cool. So 4 years. So the
not 4 years.
No, but we reached 2 European finals though.
No, but to win. Stop talking about.
No, but the first half of season, similar to Arteta, was him having to clean up Brendan's mess.
Yeah, no. I'm not getting onto Liverpool. I'm just asking how many years did it take?
2 years. Take away 2 years. Take away 2 years. Even Arteta, take away 2 years.
Okay, so we're in the same boat, right? Arsenal and Liverpool.
Is this Arteta's third full season or his fourth?
Third full season, yeah.
No, it's his fourth.
No, it's
When
his
is
third.
fourth?
It's third full season. Remember, we finished eighth, and then fifth. Oh no, say fourth. Yeah, well,
Ah,
this is the
right.
fourth. Yeah, third. Like, yeah, well, he's in. No,
He's a
we're
calculator.
in, we're in the same sort of time. We're in the same. We're in,
But this is my point, though, Lee.
no.
We
but
spent,
hold on.
we spent
What
less
did you
money.
ask
We
me?
won
You
the
asked me, is
Champions
it
League,
third? Is
and
this
then we won the league.
Wait,
in
hold
the
on. I
fourth.
just realized. What am I
What takes
talking
you
about?
3 years? You one time major.
Hold on. Firstly, you just asked me, is this
Standards.
his third full season?
Standards.
Yeah, this is his third full season.
Standards.
It's not. It
No,
can't
it's
be.
his fourth, bro.
It's his
Eighth,
third.
fifth, second. It's his fourth full
Yes,
season.
yeah, he
bro.
came in half a season and he finished
No,
eighth.
no, it's eighth.
No,
eighth.
you came
I'm
eighth
not
twice.
counting the
Yeah, you
first
came
one.
eighth twice.
Eighth,
and then
eighth,
fifth,
betting,
second.
bro.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is in logic, yeah, it is because I'm talking about this because the season hasn't finished. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But we're
Yeah,
trying to
it's
say,
his
all
fourth
I'm
full
trying to say
season.
is
But no, the time scales are still the same, right? Liverpool like a year apart, like the time
yeah,
scale.
but they won a Champions
No,
League.
at this stage in
Yeah,
our
we
process,
lifted
we
big
won
years
the
for the same
Champions
time,
League.
bro.
Yeah,
They went
Yeah,
to
but what
finals.
last season?
we won the Champions League last season. We've been
Yes,
to
so,
3
so
major
yeah, I'm saying
finals.
we're a year
George
apart.
knows. George
Yeah.
knows.
No, but I'm saying we're a year apart, right?
Because of winning the
We're a year apart.
on a domestic way, yes. On a domestic part, yes. European, no. But that's fine. That's fine. Like on the domestic part, you're right. So that's why I said that's why Callum, because this was Callum's original point that you like. Not saying you must win a Premier League or whatever. But after 4 years as Arsenal, you lot sing we're the biggest club in London. You lot do all of that notion, but guess what? Chelsea still won that. Chelsea been winning more than you last 20 years. When are we gonna have the conversation? So if you don't win this year, before Chelsea get back on their ride and their bubble again, how many times are you gonna keep saying we're the biggest club in London but have no standards?
Moving on, bro. I don't know what you
Thank you.
To me, it makes absolutely zero sense what you're saying because ultimately, as I've said, I've literally put the expectations, but you are going off this. We must.
I hear it.
I'm not gonna lie. Lee. I think you do. I think
Oh,
you must win. I'm not gonna lie. I think you must.
By the way, I'm allowed to be wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong. And like any other person is allowed to be wrong about predictions. That's the whole point about predictions and all this kind of stuff. And even though he comes to now, he can't say, the same guy that predicts.
As I said, I'll be honest with you. I swear on everything I know and I love.
Man United, guess what? You're so fixated on being near Pep Guardiola rather than better than Pep Guardiola. So get onto your ball, get onto your recruitment and all that kind of stuff. Because you've had nearly 8 windows to go fix that shit. Because if it's me and my manager, I don't care if Pep Guardiola's better than anyone. I'm Man United. I'm Man United. If we get ball, I want to be better than that shit. I don't want to be in their shadow just because they got this player, that player. There are thousands of players out there. Go develop something because that's pathetic. This is pathetic. The standards are in the bin. I'm going to go make a tea quick.
So what is the logic says? To be honest,
He's just trying to swerve on the Man United.
Again, logic says I'll be real with you. Like,
Liverpool's got to go first.
It's absolutely where I'm expected to. On one hand, you don't spend money, you do spend money. On another hand, it's like I'm now expected to hear that Man United fans think that they're going to finish second, but we must finish above them. It is so stupid. Like, you're going to bring context or not? Like, you're going to bring sense or not? Like, that's the way I'm working.
When is it a failure, though, Lee? When is it?
I think it has to be this.
It has to be at some point because
I've
Poch is the exact same thing, man. We won nothing, but we were playing the best football in the league.
I've given the expectation of winning.
No, I mean as in you've got to move on, Lee. I mean, like, when will it actually be the point where you will say, right, Arteta's actually got to go? Not because you think he's crap, because he just clearly can't take that step that you want to go to the next level.
When we have the best team, that's when we have the best team. We don't have.
What if you never have the best team?
Yeah, but we never had the best team when we.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, Liverpool when they won, technically the best.
I look at football differently. I feel like you did have the better team, but
that's like revisionism because they won the league. Though at the time, no one was saying that their team was better than City.
On everything I know, I'm telling you, I was predicting Liverpool.
I think we had a better 11.
Yeah, I was predicting Liverpool to win the league because it was the season before. All that was the problem that you had is you were scoring goals, but you were leaking too many goals. And in the next season, you started off the season quite boring, which Arsenal are doing the same thing, and you won the league. And you fixed your defense. You had Van Dijk, etc., etc. So for me, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Arsenal to challenge and hopefully win the league. But it's not waffle to say that it's a must. It's not. And the conversation started off, is it a failure? It's not a failure. No, because life isn't black and white. I'm not going to sit here and say if you don't win the league, it's a failure because Man City, you're going on like Man City didn't spend no money. You're going on like Man City, Pep's just left. You're going on like De Bruyne is not coming back. You're going on like bloody Haaland is not there.
No, but they are definitely in a transition league. This is the most transition Man City have ever been.
And the thing is, my point as well is more about
So
there is context because you've got the same. The Wenger era was hounded because you were at a point where you won leagues. Obviously, like
it's not. No, it's not. I can borrow it. What you're going to say
at that time.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, but I was saying at that time of the Wenger
era.
situation, you had Chelsea obviously were doing really well. Man United were doing really well. Yeah, before Man United were doing really well. Obviously, City were on their big come up from all the new money and winning leagues for the first time and stuff. And yet, and don't get me wrong, like Wenger still won FA Cups and yet still got hounded out by everyone at the club because he was
George, it's absolute nonsense. That the reason why we wanted Arsene Wenger out is because why we were told top 4 is a trophy. We weren't spending money. The board was another thing. We had a season where we bought one player. And that was check. We didn't buy no outfield players. So yes, we weren't doing anything. We had Alexis that was going. We had Ozil that we had to re-sign and pay him astronomical amounts of money because we were held up to Helston. And ultimately, we were just floating into the abyss. So no, it has nothing to do with FA Cups. It has to do with the fact that we were just a big team floating around doing nothing. And then Spurs closed this divide and apparently went above us after 4 years of finishing above us at the time. So no, it's got nothing to do with FA Cups. We were sick of being in Turkish's famous clip. What's the point of being in the Champions League to lose 10-2? We didn't even want to be in the Champions League because we were getting battered. So it's got nothing to do with FA Cup. It was the fact that we were not spending any money. That's what it had to do with. So like I'm not taking that.
Yeah, but then my point is like, and when does it become a failure? Because what I'm saying is like, if every season from now on you just don't win the league and you just get Champions League again, and then you're like,
that's my point.
It's going to come to a point where people are going to be sick of just getting Champions League,
but
even with the money spent this time.
I'm not saying that I want Arsenal to win. I'm saying we should be winning. My point, which nobody seems to be getting, is I'm just saying it's not a guaranteed. Oh my God, it's a failure because life isn't black and white. There are so many extenuating circumstances where, as I've said, I've given you a perfect example. I've got someone on the same panel that predicted us to finish below them. So why is it now all of a sudden we must? Because the logic. How did the two things marry up? They don't coincide.
Listen, obviously, I can't talk about trophies and winning them, blah blah blah. But all I get told every single day by every other fan is you have to win trophies for it to be a success. Now all of a sudden it's let's just close the gap on City. It's not a problem.
No, I didn't say that again.
That's exactly it. Thank you, George.
Okay, as long as we're sticking to the same.
No, because you're saying something different. You're saying, oh, it's about closing the gap. I'm saying it's about winning.
That's what you said. You said it's about.
No, I'm saying it's about winning because we should be winning, but it's not a failure in the sense of like, oh my God, like you have to go. Like that's what people want me to say. Arteta must leave if he doesn't win.
No. I just asked when you would.
Yeah, but then everyone says for us to be a success, we need to win something. It's exactly the same thing.
The manager
to be a success for you have to win something. That's what everyone said to me.
Anyway, look,
smoke on that league pack tonight, man.
Let's move on. Obviously, actually, let me go through the
still one more than Arteta.
Honesty says, big up the panel. Apparently, Andrew Robertson has left the game between Scotland and Spain with the shoulder injury that you lot was talking about. I hope it isn't bad. Yeah, no, truly, I really do hope that isn't bad. Big up the boss that says, big up Drift and family, free Palestine.
100%. I'll say loud and proud, man. Free Palestine, man.
Big up yourself, boss.
Certain injuries needed to happen, man. Get that respect in our football one,
man. And the boss says, all of you remember you chose football over lives. Huh?
Oh. What?
No, don't get that one.
What happened to don't bring politics into football?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure there, boss. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk because I'm not really.
You got a trolling thing tonight.
He must be because I don't really get what that is.
Trolling
yeah,
thing.
he must be. I don't really get what that's about.
Poor guy. On Thursday night should be chilling with someone, your better half, and he's thought, oh, jump on Kopish and start saying silly things. Poor guy.
All right, moving on to the next team. I mean, do you guys want to talk about City while they're not here with anyone to defend themselves?
They're not important. I'll chime in very quick on City. I think City, this reminds me of, and the reason why I keep on saying about Arsenal winning, this reminds me of the 1920 season where City lost Sane, they've lost De Bruyne, and they've gone through a little bit of a revamp with some of their players like Gundogan. I think people sleep on how clutch Gundogan was for Manchester City over the last few years. They've lost him. Arsenal haven't lost any of their main players, and they were able to bring in a couple of very good players as well, and as well as Kai as well. Plus, City don't seem like they're there like they were. And again, I know City don't usually start the league on fire and they pick up momentum. This feels a bit different though. So even though Arsenal, I still would never say gear. Say that again, sorry.
You said this last year, man. Let's face it, no Rodri, no party, but Rodri don't get injured and all that stuff.
I hear that. I hear that. But neither does De Bruyne for this length of time usually either, bro. So maybe
overall, he gets injured quite a lot. Hamstring and everything.
I swear from like January to March, he basically wasn't available last year. I swear.
Remember the season they beat us by 1 point, Cal? I think De Bruyne missed half the season.
No, but that was years ago. That was almost 5, 6 years.
It's in the Gundogan kind of situation more than anything, if that makes sense.
Going off Callum's point though, I think, listen, we can say all of these stuff about they're going through a rebuild, but can they actually start losing games? We keep saying all of these things. Can Liverpool, can you step up and beat them? Spurs, can you step up and beat them? Man United,
we always do.
You got them in 2 games.
We always do.
Because Lee, I agree. I think it's Arsenal or Liverpool's title to win.
Yeah, to win. Yeah,
I genuinely do. Like, I think if you're going to beat City, you've got to do it now.
But for me,
if you're going to beat City, because they'll get this right, and then next season they'll be back at it.
Yeah, because
you have to win it now.
We're not there.
Yeah, for me, everyone's going to keep putting, Arsenal must win. Basically, what you're saying is we need to upset a team that hasn't lost. They only lost recently in the last 2 games, and we beat them, which is one of them. So we need other teams to start pushing themselves up and start doing something. So it's not just because the season you won it. I'm not trying to take anything away and saying you wouldn't have won it, but Man City dropped off, and that's why everyone keeps saying that you won it, because Man City dropped off and they didn't really put up a fight. Can we not have that then? Because ultimately we need them to do that. We need them to actually really have a drop off, but I don't see that. I don't think
City did have a massive drop off in that season though. It's just that we were phenomenal.
But they didn't play the same. They didn't have the season that they had in the 99s and 98s and 100-point seasons.
No, Lee, they actually admitted, Bernardo Silva did an interview and he said when they saw how well we were still playing by January, mentally they actually gave up because they knew they weren't catching us.
Yeah, but the thing is, they had dropped points between September and December. This season, they haven't. So my point is that the rest of the league need to actually do Liverpool or Arsenal a favour and start beating them, because they're not. Because they started off the season, wasn't it one of the best starts ever? So you can keep saying Arsenal have to do this and have to do that, but can other teams not do that? Because we need other teams to start. It's not fair to keep saying, Arsenal must, but then when you pay them, you get battered. Come on, man, Liverpool.
Speaking as a Liverpool fan, you cannot rely on other teams apart from Spurs to beat Man City in a season.
So again, that's why, going back to my point, it's not we must.
I'm Brentford.
Because everybody keeps lauding like Man City to be this
team. We beat them as well,
No,
go like, the last 5 years.
Respect on my name.
No matter if it's at the Etihad or at Old Trafford. Go look at it. Ollie was there, bro. Man had Pep Guardiola's number for a couple of years. So come on, respect it. We won there as well, like last year.
Man City have in the last couple of weeks. That's the talk of the town. Man City, this amazing team, they've only lost 3 games in a row. Well, one of them being in the Carabao Cup. So part of it is Man City need to keep up to their end of the bargain and actually start dropping points. It's not just Arsenal win every single game and it goes like that. Like, other teams need to start saying, you know what,
Lee,
we're not going to be imperious.
Man City aren't dropping off, man.
Lee, we finished on 99 points. You might have to do it, bro. You might just have to keep on winning.
Okay, but the season you won the league, I'm talking about the season you won the league, because you remember you've only won 1 league. So the one league you won,
we got 99 points.
Don't worry.
But how many points did Man City have? That's my point. I'm talking about the team. My point is that Man City dropped off from their normal imperious level of finishing in the 90 barrier point, right? So what I'm saying to you now is Liverpool or Arsenal to win it, Man City need to come down from their lofty heights of wherever they are, but they haven't, because They've only dropped points in 2 games, and it's only recent. And one of them was us, who are going for the title. So if that's the case, Liverpool need to do something. Luton need to do something. Brentford, somebody else needs to start putting so we can actually bring them down.
But Lee, they are still way superior to 90% of the teams in their drop off.
My point about Arsenal is not a we must because they're better than us. This is
Your point only works.
But Lee, you're also superior to 90% of the teams in the league as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not. So we need other teams to help us do it.
No. Your point is only works about the teams fighting for them. Fighting with them.
If you beat them again, that's 6 points should have taken.
You beat them this time, not like you did last year. That's the difference.
But we're not going to just. We're not going to win every single game, and neither are Man City. Neither did Liverpool this season. You won it. You dropped games. You dropped points. So you drew. You lost. You lost to what was it? Watford away or whatever it was. You drew.
Yeah, that was the first time we lost, but before
then,
I
think that was like March when that happened.
But my point is that Man City dropped points. They didn't just they weren't where they were last season or where the season before that where they were winning 15 games in a row. That come on, this is ridiculous. That isn't what
I think teams need to just try and match.
Lee what it is, yeah. Lee doing this thing we need help. Watch your own games and do your thing as well, brother. Watch what you do, not what they do.
I'm talking about Liverpool or Arsenal winning the league. The season that Man City didn't win the league, the only season they started off the league poorly and Liverpool drove away, and then by December it was done and dusted, and after it they won the league fair and square. But
I wouldn't say poorly, Lee. I wouldn't say poorly.
It didn't start off the same normal level. This is what I'm trying to say.
But when we played them in November, if we lose, they're 4 points behind us. If we win, we're 11 points ahead. So that means that if they'd have beat us in November, 4 points behind, they weren't poor. They didn't start the league poor. They were still good.
This Man City team is before last game, this is the best start they've ever had in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Come on, can you see my point? What I'm trying to say, it's not just. This is why I'm trying to say, it doesn't work just so circular where it's just one or the other. It's not 1 and 0. It's literally so many other colors in between.
It was an easy start for them, though. If I'm being honest, bro. I think you're their only difficult game so far. City have had quite an easy start.
And let's see. Hopefully, other teams can start doing stuff. So
hopefully you can start talking rubbish in our names when we come back eventually. Because we will. We're not going to be bottom forever. We got Sheffield United. We'll see there. And then we got City. We can see where Man United season's going to go.
Let's speak about Man United then.
No. We'll get Liverpool. People always say we don't talk about Liverpool enough on the panel show. So Liverpool are next. Cal, I'll let you because obviously I'm hosting, and then we'll let the people. Unless you want the people to go first, Cal. Can we talk about Liverpool?
I say let Man United go first. Let Man United go first.
All right. We're an afterthought at this point, right? We're an afterthought at this point. So, Man United.
My time of the show. Let's go. Come on.
I don't want no one because there was a lot of barking going on from certain men in Kent. Yeah, there was a lot of barking from men in Kent chatting on my club where we're making some sort of relative success, and man are chatting on my club. We're in the doo-doo. They're in a doo-doo position. Allow it. Come on. Let's go. Start talking.
This was starting on ask one question.
Like I said, man. Like I said, Lee. Don't
worry about me. Talk your talk.
I'm just saying, there's.
The famous quote: "Don't shoot the messenger." Worry about you and your team.
I have realistic standards, but then there's just some facts in the world. Yeah,
listen.
As what I've grown up with. Trust me, I'm not trying to see what other teams can do against next team. So for me to go and win a league, we'll just watch what we do against each team by team. Go watch your own thing. But anyways,
I'll give you a fact. You won 4 games and you lost 4 games.
Before we get into it, can I just show you some exclusive footage we have of the Man United changing room?
There you go. Come on.
What's going on behind the scenes? Exclusive footage, guys.
Oh.
Hey, monkey. Hey, monkey.
What the fuck?
Apparently, it's Ten Hag that was speaking, innit, in the background.
Listen,
That is the level of chaos in the Man United changing room right now. It's crazy, bro. It's actually crazy.
If I played that clip, I would have got deemed racist. That's the difference.
listen. If we want to go deep into it, your manager might be on the cusp of,
Hey,
So,
but you know what it's for me, at least. I'm still on the wave of he must, like, even in his second season right now, yeah. Because remember, it's not all about the money, is it? So the way I look at it, he must secure Champions League.
Callum, imagine, talk to him. Come on, imagine. You see what I've got to deal with,
Brother. I'll be
wait.
honest, you should be on securing Premier League status with the way he did it.
Brother.
Anyways,
You see what I've got to deal with.
are you not doing a review, or am I doing a bit?
Can you order me some?
No, for real, Cass, go on. Talk your Man United.
As I said, yeah, I hold standards regardless if it's your fourth season like some or it's your second season. For me, he's given me something like as in terms of a basis of last season. He got me Champions League football, which is normal. That should be the lowest bar anyway, is to secure Champions League ball. Wherever I predict my team to finish second, third, fourth, who gives a crap? It's not a trophy, bruv. That's the difference, Lee. Yeah, it don't matter. Second bridesmaid, all of that. Second bridesmaid, being a sidewinder in a sweet shop, all them secondary sweets that cost 30p. Don't matter, bruv. It's not the prize, innit? It's not the prize. The prize these days are the Fredo because they're expensive. But I'm just saying, with me, he must, even though it's been a slow start, it's again.
Hold on.
Let's go and slam the brakes.
Brother, your clutch is gone. Ain't been a slow
Let me nail you down. Where do you? What should he must do? What's his must? Because we must win.
For me, I want a sense of security this season, innit? And I want a style of football. I don't want to play the football we did last year. That's fine. It's your first season. Go off. Anyways, for at the moment, it's going to take longer than I originally thought. But then again, I have my excuse. I'm allowed to say it, but I never played the excuse because I should be beating Palace. I should be beating certain teams. Lee, I'm talking with standards right now. Can I talk? So I'm just saying, regardless, I don't make excuses about my squad. So basically, yeah, the only thing is I can criticize my players and I can criticize everything I need to do in it. But at the end of the day, you should be beating Palace. At the end of the day, your goalkeeper should be letting howlers in. He is your signing. At the end of the day, there's just certain games you should just be like Tottenham. That should be easy 3 points, yeah. And it should have been. We can talk anything. We can talk about referee decisions, all that. I'm not here to do that. But what I'm saying right now is, bro, we've got a makeshift back line, bar the low. Yeah, we've got Harry and Johnny in our back line.
Let me cook.
Hold.
So wait. But that's what I'm saying.
Let Cass finish though. Let Cass finish.
Regardless of having Johnny and Harry in our backline starting and a DN that we just bought with an injury that came at left back and all that kind of stuff. We should not be losing at least two of those games. Arsenal, we don't win there. We haven't won there. It is what it is. We got done at the last minute. Well done to them, innit? They wanted it more. They secured it. Tottenham should be losing. Who else did we lose to as well? Palace and who? There was another one. There's another one. Who am I thinking of? We got the 4 losses. Who is it?
Brentford? No,
we won.
No, they beat
that was
Brentford.
McTominay.
Who did we lose to?
I mean, they lose to everybody, so it's not that hard.
So anything.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of getting to the point.
Regardless, it's a super slow start. But this time last year as well, bro, it was like 3-4 losses anyways. So the way I'm looking at it, whether it's second, third, or fourth, or maybe fifth, if you get me Champions League ball, that's fine. But I need a sense of security. So going after this break with a lot of injuries coming back, for me, it's been a shit. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the league, innit? Brighton, that's what we lost it at Brighton. So on that notice, I need to see sign during the season, but you have to convince me. I need to see sign. I need to see him grow some balls. I need to see him, make some changes that are going to be harsh. And yes, the dressing room shit, but it don't matter what manager comes. I've been telling people this for time, yeah. Don't matter what manager you bring in, your Hansi Flick or whoever else is available, go buy that brother from over there in Portugal, Ruben Amorim. It's going to be the same situation. It's going to be a chop and change. It's going to be a dumb thing. And yeah, man, it is what it is. So right now, I'm cooling, innit? I've accepted the situation. It's the same thing every year. The same thing.
All right, Kaz, you said what you said. Firstly, I want to speak about Ten Hag because I think we've got to do that. Do that. Ten Hag was brought in and he said eras come to an end.
Thank you.
But the errors have been continuing.
Yeah. For how long?
You see what I got to do with?
This is his second season, but
How long
been
does
back-
the
he's
era
been
come to
back
an end?
more- he's been
Did he
back
give a
than most
time
managers.
in specifics? Since we're in specifics, did he give a time frame on it?
He didn't, but that's like me
Okay, then.
saying I'm gonna win a race against someone.
He didn't
What am I gonna
specifically-
wait? Am I gonna
he
wait
didn't-
till they're 75 and then
I'm going to back it again because since we're in a court of law according to Lee, he didn't specifically say Man United. He just said era's come to an end.
Oh, he knew about Ange coming to
No,
the
so
league.
what we're saying, hold on. So what we're
He's a
saying,
genius.
new manager, hold on. New manager for Man United, the new managers for Man United said that Arsenal was going to make the new era come. It don't make sense.
Brother, he's a genius, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? So
let's speak
anyways.
about his talent ID first and foremost.
Thank you,
Let's
thank
talk about
you.
talent ID.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
he's
let's do that.
replaced
Let's do that.
Gea with a Nana. That's the equivalent of me taking my brick roof off and putting a plastic bag over.
No,
it
it's
in the
not.
window.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
No, you're right. You're right. It's not. We're not putting a roof on it at all. Effectively, you got to want to be DM playing
That statement is stupid. Why I'm going to say that statement is stupid? Not the actual comment, not you in particular.
Yeah.
I'm saying we're not going to ignore De Gea, the mistakes he made last year that cost us.
No,
only.
I'm not ignoring it.
Guess what? The stats even back out. So if you want to do stats, you can do that. De
Hold
Gea,
on.
you know what De Gea used to do last year? Yeah, he used to kick.
Not what Onana's doing.
One sec. Well, yes, he did. Go look at bro. He done it in a final again. He done it again.
Brother,
No, he
he's
done it
on the
again. You know what?
floor
He
on
done it
his
again. He done it against his team last year as well. Brother, it don't matter what it is. The Gea looks good on the eye when he makes a save. But the difference is the Gea will kick a ball long or misplace a pass, and then he has to make a brilliant save to go. And then guess what all the Man United fans do?
But at least he'll make the save, bro. Onana will make a mistake and then not make the save.
Nah, I have to. Why I have to disagree on that? I'm not saying Onana has been anything good, but I do think the phasing has been the phase. I think he's maybe become a year too early. Sort out the midfield before you sort out that sort of goalkeeper, right? And I hear that, but that's not down to talent idea nothing.
Bro, his
The
talent
talent
ID is shaky, bro. Anthony. That's
okay.
shaky.
How about 2 of the talent ID he wanted went to your club, and the one that went to your club as well? Have you ever thought about that?
Hold on, so- yeah, but
originally-
then as the alternative,
originally-
he went and got Anthony, right?
Yeah, brother, but that's bro. That was like 4th, 5th down the list because that's where it is. You don't always get your
90 million for the 5th guy on the list, bro.
brother.
Who was a top 3 then?
I don't know what winger he wanted last year, but I know Anthony wasn't top of the list because he would have got him but first. But I know there was 2 other names. I can't remember who was chasing somewhere, but we didn't get them. Anyways, the whole point is talent ID is stupid because a lot of the time, Gravenberch, number 1 player he wanted even last year, even this year, didn't get him. Yeah, by the way, he did want him, just didn't get him. The club said no. So went to Gakpo in January, wanted him. Your club went and got him. He wanted Timber, first choice before before he even wanted Lissandro. Guess what? He went there. All of a sudden, last year, he was calling his talent ID shit. But all of a sudden, when Timber goes Arsenal, he looking world class and all that. All of the players that he actually wants, like Frankie de Jong and all that, yes, might not be acquirable. You have to go to your 2nd, 3rd, 4th choice. He hasn't got all of his choices. Not all the players he comes in are great. Like Mason Mount, that was definitely his player. And right now he's yet to prove anything right now, innit? If he's going to be a first team or anything like that. We've had to loan in a left back to cover the backup left back.
Our
and
5th choice left back, by the way.
And guess what? And that's what it is. That's the situation, Man United, bruv. I don't need to explain it to you because you lot already know, innit?
Why are you falling?
No, we don't. We don't know.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say, John. That's exactly what I'm going to say, bro. I know my situation.
All right, forget about the situation. Because I know you speak about the owners there. Tactics. Let's talk tactics. Because last season, 6-3 against Man City, 7-0 against Liverpool, like getting passed around like a bad blunt as well. This season, he's getting moved to still Galatasaray at home, Brighton at home. Like, where's the tactics?
Crystal Palace at home.
So again, this is not. I don't think this is down to tactics, though. I think that's just down to personnel and mistakes. Because
you don't think it's down to bro.
No,
Brighton
because wait one sec. Yeah, other than Brighton, I can say he got done out. Yeah, for me. But if we talk about executing plans like at Arsenal, the plan was going well until the very end. Maybe that comes down to micromanagement or man management towards the end or something like that. Galatasaray, it was going well, but we got done by our player mistakes.
What are the player mistakes? Playing Amrabat playing players on. Why is Amrabat playing left back?
It's left back, but the thing is, that's what I'm saying. Maybe man managing the game, but he executed. But the plan should be more shaped and shipped on. Bro, once I go on the pitch, we all play football before. Bro, your manager can tell you to get lifted, but you're getting paid week in, week out, yeah? You should know to get out the pitch, not be staying there, regardless of it. That's not down to a manager. That was
Cass, come on, because you know you play ball. It is so difficult to play in a role you've never played before. Like, it's mad, bro. It's mad.
But the thing is, keeping on side, keeping on side is basics, G.
All right, I'm going to use you as an example.
I'm not going to lie. I would play bare people on side if I played defense.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I'm so... I don't know how to defend, bro. I'll be keeping bare strikers on
Mons,
side.
Kaz. I speak to Mons. He told me you're a good player. You played left back when you guys were playing the charity game, right? You know your position. If I said, Kaz, go and play up front, you're not going to have the instincts of a striker to know when to be in the position, which defender to hang on, and all those things. That's down to tactics.
Yeah, but I think you answered my question. Who else is going to go there?
Say again.
Who else is going to go there?
That's for the manager to figure out.
Yeah,
bro.
but that's down. Then again, I can say no. That's down to Man United really as well and personnel.
No,
Because
can I just ask you?
I'm not saying Ten Hag's been good in it. Yeah, I'm not saying Ten Hag's been good. I'm not trying to back it in terms of he's done perfect. He's been perfect. Like you can talk about definitely different situations where I feel like he's definitely got it wrong. Even lineups, we've been there, done that. It is what it is. Yeah, I can criticize that part. Right, but when it comes to sometimes down to individual mistakes, when you set up a good game plan, like against Bayern Munich as well, you know, Howler from who was it? I think it was Anana as well. Just stuff like that, bro. That's down to the player at the end. But then again, you get your manager to think of a situation to get back up on it. But bro, this is where you get eaten.
I just ask you one? I want to ask you one thing.
I'm going to ask you again though. What other player could have went there realistically when we had no one?
Would it have not been easier to play one of your players who's actually a defender, even if he's not a left back? Because he's used to being a defender, and then have the protection of I'm back in midfield. Like I'm not saying this is right, but I would rather centre back plays left back, and my holding man is a holding man. So at least he's in his right position.
Who? But who?
Well, you've got Johnny Evans. Maybe like he could have played left.
And who?
Couldn't Dallo have played there?
Maguire, no, because the
was Maguire not fit for that game?
No, he wasn't fit for that game. No, who did we play that game? We played. I think we played Varane and Lindelof. I'm pretty sure Evans was in that game, and I'm pretty sure Maguire wasn't even in that game. Lissandro has been injured. That's a club mistake. He should have. I don't know why he didn't go for surgery. Anyways, Wan-Bissaka out. Both fullbacks out. The Lowe's are only fit fullback.
Yes, can I just,
you know what? It might have worked like 6 months into his Man United career. Yeah. But Amrabat's just got here. I think asking him to play left back when he's just got here is what's even worse about it.
I think it's probably just easy. What can you tell us one thing he's done right? Because I genuinely can't think of anything. He doesn't play good football. He can't man manage. He doesn't have a style. He doesn't have an identity. He genuinely has no idea how to play against the big teams away from home.
It's a bit similar.
Can you tell me one thing he's done well?
What this season or overall?
This season. Okay, winning a trophy, which you had all your home games.
Last year he made Old Trafford something like you thought you'd go to Old Trafford, and he made teams think that you can't go there and grab a point or two or anything like that.
That's one.
That's one thing. One thing, he did stabilize a very egotistical dressing room, which was very toxic, and it still is. But for majority is. He has. It's just not as bad. But it isn't as bad. He's weak, just like your manager after season 2 when you was 8 games in and you was doing shit and all that bollocks. Do you remember that one, Lee? So I'm just gonna say that weaving out, and he even said stuff. This club needs weaving out a lot of shit. Right now, Man United's been like that for the last decade. This is what toxicity for the last decade brings you. No matter what manager you bring in, it's always going to be a hard task. That comes down to Ed Woodward giving out stupid contracts and players thinking they can do what they do in the club. And that's been a breed and culture at Man United. He even said, at the start, before he even started the job, by the way, the culture needs 100% change at this club. Like everything needs to change. So things, I think that
should he have not done that by now, though?
No, because I think a lot of the players he's trying to bring in is still a lot of problems within players that have already been there, even if they're not first teamers. And that's that. And I feel like even though you lot think he's been backed, he hasn't got a lot of his players that he did originally want and should have got, like January, for instance. But going through a process of being sold and stuff, I'm not saying everything's on the club's fault, because I think even the Sancho situation is definitely his fault. He didn't need to do that. He made a shit show out of nothing. That's a L, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Sancho is one of the issues, and he doesn't give me. He's a confidence player, and he's not been great since he started, bro. We can have our Pete Tongs about Sancho all day long, but he's not just the only issue. There's definitely more. We just don't know who. It's gonna take time. It's gonna get worse before it gets better, and that should have maybe have happened last year. But the difference is when you do go to Man United, you expect results. He expected more, probably overrated the squad for what it was to try and play football. We got an eye-opener in the first 2 games of the season last year to know, shit, this personnel can't do it. Should have focused on getting the midfield in this year. And I think he tried to play around Kobe in pre-season, the youngster, because he believes he's that good. He's that good.
God,
he tried to believe it, but it didn't happen. But then Amrabat's coming, bro. We can clearly see playing Bruno, Casemiro, and that. Bro, you can't play expansion.
But why did you make Bruno captain?
Bro, see that one there? I look around, yeah. I already said last year. I said this on a space. I remember, right? Putting Bruno as captain sets you back, and I don't think his output's good. I don't think he's good as a captain. But I look around the club; it's a bit similar to Chelsea situation. There's no captains. That's the reality of it.
But surely you can't give it to the guy who throws his toys out the pram, though.
You know what it is?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
he's probably the guy that actually gives. At the end of the day, I don't rate Bruno too tough in it, and I don't think there's a system or situation that can make him benefit for how explosive he is with the ball in it at times and treats it like a bomb. But you know what? One thing I give to Bruno, at least he gives a shit. At least he wants to win. You know, I don't think he's in situations where he needs to, but I look everywhere around. Casemiro doesn't speak English. Varane, he's not a leader. Maybe he sets example, but he's not a captain.
So, Kaj, do you feel like you're just giving pure excuses? Though?
No. Bro, I'm not giving you excuses, but I'm telling
you. Is Eriksen not a better captain than Bruno?
Bro, the guy, the guy barely says a word on the pitch. And he doesn't set an example. He hasn't been at a club long. How can you be a captain if you ain't been at a club that long?
But Odegaard was.
Just leave Maguire as captain then.
I don't know. I don't think it matters right now. It doesn't matter who got the captaincy. I still believe we're going to be in the same situation right now, even if Bruno had the captaincy armband or not. But one thing you know about Ten Hag, he's not afraid to take it away if he needs to.
There's a couple of things.
Might give his arm a bit of extra weight.
He might drop it. He might drop it.
There's a couple of things that confuse me a little bit about Ten Hag is more because don't get me wrong, like when he was at Ajax, I actually really, really liked him as a manager, and he was one of the ones I wanted us to get before we got Conte, I think it was. But what I don't quite understand is obviously at Ajax, there was such a big trust in youth players and bringing them through, and the football that he was getting them to play was really quick movement. It was good football. Is there just like too much pressure at Man United to perform?
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, like I don't know if don't get me wrong, I can't remember if it was you, Cass. There was someone on this panel at some point last year that was talking about Klopp, I think, about how he wasn't adapting his tactics and stuff from last year, and I feel like there's got to be a little bit of accountability to Ten Hag where, yes, don't get me wrong, you've had a lot of injuries, you might not be having key players, but he's then also got to adapt to that situation. And I don't think
I agree. No, I agree. I don't think he has. This is why I say this is what we get. The thing is, 8 games is not enough right now for me as a United fan, innit? As in, like the last 3 games, we have been playing football, to be honest. It's just they just play part of the bus. When you play part of the bus, it's not always about tactics, bro. It's about who can give you a moment sometimes of breaking it down because it's difficult with the players you have available as well. Think of it like that, especially. But I'm just saying, for me, he's trying something. He's working on it. The thing is, we try to play football, we lose. You lot still moan and still say stuff. We part of the bus and we win. You lot still moan and say it's not a style. So which one do you lot want as rivals? You don't give it a space to breathe to try even do anything. It's gonna take time, bro. And the thing is, I say it all the time. He needs to grow a pair and drop certain players because guess what? It's either that or it's gonna cost you your job. And that's the way I look at it.
Does he have the personality to be Man United, man?
I think he does. I just think he needs to grow a pair of balls, though. Sometimes, like I feel like he just needs to fuck it. Like, doesn't forget it.
You believe the weird thing is that's why we didn't go for him in the end. Apparently, Levy rejected him because he said he had no personality in the interviews and stuff.
I would have said.
I don't think he has a personality for football to be a Man United manager. I don't know about
that. I don't know about that.
I think Oli actually has better personality.
No, that guy's a yes. He's a yes man.
No. At least when I watched Oli talk in the interviews, he looked like there was some blood running through his veins.
The drifty.
Like, Ten Hag just looked so like boring and like
Oli weren't it, dude. Oli weren't it.
I'm not saying tactically Oli was it. Oli had the personality to be Man United.
Oli had us singing Oli at the wheel, you know. Old Trafford, bro.
But the thing is, you say that, but you've got no basis to put that on. The only person you could succeed that on is Sir Alex Ferguson and his type of personality. You don't know what the manager probably was.
No, I think Mourinho had personality to be Man United.
But how far did that get him?
I think Van Gaal had personality to be Man United manager.
And how far did that get him? Dinosaurs, G. Because this is the modern day of football. This is the modern day.
Yeah, but Ten Hag's acting like he's just got no.
The thing is, right? The thing is, good 50 just to add on to you, right?
I need to go, by the way.
The thing is,
big up, Kai. You
lucky you didn't get cooked for long.
Man United act like he's a novice and like he's like Arteta. He's not. This guy's been managing at a club before. So for me, I just don't see why he gets any reprieve. I feel like he needs to get all the slander. A man
No,
that's
he does. You're right, Lee. You're right.
a man that's spent 400 million pounds, a man that's got all these players from Ajax, a man that's doing all of these things. It's ridiculous. He's
only got. By the way, he's only got 2 players from Ajax, but it's still all the way from Ajax, right? So again, Lee, you're just the same thing. I'm not going to do
players are from the Dutch league. A lot of your players from the Dutch league.
But they're not though. But they're not though, are they, Lee? Casemiro's not from the Dutch league. Eriksen's not exactly from the Dutch league. He's had mad experience everywhere. Like, yes, he's got
connections. He's known all of these players before.
Yeah, but that's what happens, Lee. You have a career, you have a management, and guess what? They go get players typically from the league they're in because that's what they trust the type of player. That's what Lee. That's how it kind of goes.
I think you're making excuses.
Again, your famous manager Arsene Wenger got slapped 8-2, but guess what? We're not here talking about that anymore. It is what it is, isn't it? Your most embarrassing time. What are we doing? You still kept him as a manager. What are we doing here? Anyways, it's embarrassing.
He won trophies though.
Anyways,
I remember that game.
He won trophies. Lee, by that point, yeah, all we had to show for it was a flipping invincible win that he won about 8 years ago or whatever it was in 2000.
You're comparing Ten Hag to Arsene Wenger.
No. The thing is, 8 years, not won nothing but an FA Cup. Bro, what I'm trying to tell you, you still got slapped and he still stayed in a job. We got slapped. For me, if we were succeeding at the time, yeah, like a Bayern Munich or whatever, like a normal Man United. See that 7-2 or no, that 7-0 or that 6-3-1 season, I'd be calling for the sack. But I don't have that privilege of doing that no more because I know what situation we're in and I know what players we got. It is what it is, but it's still not good enough. And it does reflect on the manager. I'll give him the time, Lee, but I don't know how much time. Sorry. And we'll see because it's, as you said it. I'm going to use your words. It's only 8 games. So, anyways.
Onwards and upwards and here from the lads. Onwards and upwards.
Anyways, we'll see you in a minute.
I'm not gonna lie, I rate Cass because he actually needed to go about 10-15 minutes ago, but he stayed to take the lick still. So
listen, man, it's only gonna get worse for them. But it is what it is.
I mean, I don't know if you lot disagree with me or not, but I do believe you need a certain type of character and personality to be a Man United manager, and he doesn't have it. Yeah. He doesn't have it. Like you see, like what it is, and I'm not even saying this like in hindsight because I think even Celtic fans will say this. It
has to be.
You need somebody like what Postecoglou's done, what Klopp did, where there's so much toxicity. Because I don't even think Arteta would have worked. Even I think Arteta's got the right personality to be a top manager. We see how Arteta went in and started to like bad people up. At Man United, you can't really be that way. I think you've got to come in and put arms around people, show the love. I think they need a Klopp or a Postecoglou.
I think Man United
toxicity.
What's the phrase?
There's too much toxicity at Man United now.
And that's the thing, right? Like they keep mentioning, like Ten Hag's come in and done this. Ronaldo wanted to go. That's the reason why this happened. He didn't force him out. Ronaldo did the interview with Piers Morgan, which pushed him out the door. The only thing that he's done is he's basically, in my opinion, bullied Sancho. That's what he's done. He's pulled him out for no reason and said, you know what, I'm gonna make an issue out of him. Ultimately, this guy is, he's not gonna be the guy that's gonna save them, man. I just don't see it. I don't feel like he's.
I don't think Ten Hag has a personality to be a Man United manager. I just don't.
We don't need him to go just yet.
Yeah,
no. Keep extend his contract, Cal.
Yeah, 110%.
Oh, extend that contract, bro. Because the only other person out there, what I worry about, and I shouldn't even put this in the universe, but we have to talk football. I worry that Man United smarten up and bring in a manager like De Zerbi, who I think does have the character to be a Man United manager. So, like, it's one of them ones where, like, I hope they hold on to Ten Hag. I really do. But, yeah, I just don't think he's got the personality.
New owners or something. I think Man United, for me, is just, it's that, I was trying to say that earlier, but I don't know what the phrase is. Like, the product of their own, their success is coming back to bite them in a way. Because they were so big. Like, let's not be funny. They are one of the biggest clubs in the world when you look at the fan base and what they've won in the past. But there is so much pressure, and there's a wonder why players like Sancho and that wouldn't perform. I guarantee you, if he was at any other club, he would have been a massive success. But the thing is, the same with some managers as well. Like there's too much pressure all the time from being such a big club to get back to that Sir Alex Ferguson sort of era of being the dominant team in the league because we should be there because we're Man United and we're the biggest club in the world.
But George, how long do we say that, bro? Because I know, like, in terms of fan base and financially, they're the biggest club. But if we're talking on the pitch, how long were we going to say Man United are a top club?
No. But that's my point.
Do you know what I mean? Because surely we got to get to a point where we realize they're going down the Liverpool path of the 90s, where you kind of have to give up a bit now and thinking you're still the team you were before, rebrand yourself and then go again. And Man United ain't done nothing for a decade.
No,
That's
but
a
that's-
long time.
But that's what I'm saying. They obviously still put them on such a high pedestal, and
Is there pressure to be the manager of a team who ain't won nothing for a decade?
No, I do think that's unfair because listen, I found it absolutely ridiculous when Spurs fans were saying that they're bigger than Arsenal because of this power shift for 7 years. I think it's utterly ridiculous. I think Man United still make money. They can still pay players what they like, and they will get players. I think the issue that they've got is they get done over by players like Maguire. They get done over like by anybody because they will pay whatever. And that's why people laugh at them. It's just that they could spend more money, but the owners are taking dividends. I don't think you can look at Man United and say, oh, like they're going to be small timers. Then they're not. Like it's going to take years upon years. They are not even bigger than
they're
Man
not
City.
small
And Man
timers.
City
They're obviously
Man
not
City have just
small
won the
timers,
treble, and Man United can still hold up a candle to them. And they ain't won a league in 10 years. So I don't think it's going to happen where,
No, but it's more that the state that they've been in, because like you said, because of the owners, there is too much expectation from something that they're not able to provide. Because like you said, they're not providing, the owners aren't providing the managers with the players that they want. They're providing them with players that sell the Man United shirts because they've got a lot of fans around the world and that makes them a lot of money. And then, like you said, they take money out at the end of the day as well. Like they're not set up to be long-term success right now. That is the big problem that they have. And I think that's why there is pressure, because the fans want them to be, because of what Sir Alex Ferguson did, made them one of the best for like 20 years straight. But and now they've sort of like, it's like an itch. They're missing that. And they can't do that right now because the ownership won't let them.
I mean, you did it.
It can happen, Lee. It can happen. Look at Juventus. Look at AC Milan.
Look at
We're talking
Liverpool.
about juggernaut clubs. No, in the 90s, Liverpool, that's why I said it. I'll be honest. Like, we have to, in the 90s, we dramatically regressed and became a bit of a, no, Cal, but we can keep it above it. I know Lee's being shady, but we have to be honest. In the 90s, Liverpool regressed from the super team we were, and we became back with the rest of the pack, and we started to be a bit of a nobody a little bit in the 90s. Like, it can happen. So how comes Man United, after 10 years of only winning the Europa League and an FA Cup, are still like considered the top of it? What? Because they've got the most fans? Is that all it is?
I think it's prestige of the club. I think it's the fan base, and I think it's also the fact that they can still attract.
AC Milan and Juventus had that prestige.
But
No, I
they've
feel
won-
like
they've won-
Syria lost so much money. So much money in the turn of the century.
And they've won more leagues. They've won more. Well, not champions.
So Man United are like the trust fund baby. Then, like, they've got the money, but they're a dickhead.
They're a beautiful car on the outside, but when you open the doors, you realize there's no interior.
Well, no, they just the car don't move. Literally, it's a nice car, but it don't move.
It's that one in the middle of the showroom that spins. That doesn't actually go anywhere.
yeah, literally. Like,
the concept car.
Yeah. well, when you control it with a PS5 controller, and it just never going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It is what it is. It is.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
United.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. Like, I get, like, like Gossiper just said, like, I hear it. Like, they are a brand. I know they're like one of the biggest clubs in the world as a brand. That's a fact. But like, when are we going to start realizing that the brand doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be given that respect on the pitch? Do you get what I mean? Like, being a great brand.
I don't think they get the respect on the pitch anymore.
No.
But we're acting like they should still by calling them this club that should be winning and should be this.
I think the brand still gets respect, but I don't think anyone respects them on the pitch anymore. You just have to look at the results, bro. No one respects that team anymore.
I think the only club that you can genuinely say that for, and it's not even like a shade, I think Chelsea. Chelsea are the parent club who you look at them on the pitch, you don't get any respect. They ain't won the league for 6-7 years or whatever. Similar to Arsenal, they haven't challenged. And what club do you know can finish 12th and get away from it? No club. Well, I mean,
that
George,
it is.
I'm minus Spurs, but any other club, big club, can't get away with that. Genuinely, they can't. So I think Chelsea they are looked at as this 20-year bubble of Abramovich. And there's nothing else after that or nothing else before that. That is genuinely what they didn't win a league for 50 years before they won it once. So I think Chelsea are the only club where you can look at them and say, really, like Arsenal will get bantered if we finish 10th, 9th. Even when we finish 8th, we got killed.
Yeah, those were good days, man.
Well, listen.
Do you want to know, Lee? What's crazy though, and maybe this is the point why Man United
fell off after that.
Maybe this is why Man United are still big in terms of the fan base. Because Lee, I'm going to be honest with you. I think every bit of shade and attack put on Arsenal is because of your fan base. I don't think it's your club. I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't have no issue with your club, the way it's ran, your players. No, it's the fan base, bro.
Yeah.
It's the shamelessness. It's the disrespect you give others. It's the
Yep.
overhyping you do to your own. Like,
Yep.
I'll be honest, Lee, if it weren't for the fan base, I don't think Arsenal would really get attacked like the way they do. Like, I'm being honest, bro.
I say this and I say this with chest. We're from London. We're bigger. We're better. That people don't understand. It's true. When you're from London,
South Divine.
when you're from London, you just,
I don't know. Palace don't suffer from that. QPR don't suffer from that.
Because we're from London, right? People need to understand. We're a culture club. My favorite player growing up was Edgar Davids, Nedved, Rivaldo, because these were like culture players. He had the glasses.
Our legends.
Then we come on. Stop that. we had Ian Wright. We had Henry. We had, and again, like, I'm from London. Most of the players that played for Arsenal were black. So for me, we're like a culture club. So we always just felt that we're just this braggadocious club that, you know, we can say what we like. Nobody understand. And we won. And the thing, we won. We've won 13 league titles. We've won 14 FA Cups. We've won. So it's not like we're just Spurs where we just chat shit for no reason. We have actually won
8 FA Cups.
I mean, it is what it is. So for me, like, look, I'm not ever going to say that, but when you're from London,
about the
it is a different vibe.
title winning season.
Like when you go up to Newcastle, it's a great place, but it's not London. When you go to Manchester, but it's not London. You just feel different. It's
everyone saw the look on Tonali's face when he went into that changing room.
Do you see my point? Now imagine him in King's Road. It's different. It feels different, man. So when people don't understand, growing up Arsenal,
Arsenal fans say the same thing. It's different. It's spiritual.
It's not. But Lee, most of your fans aren't from London, though. I know you're a London club, but most of your fans are around the world, bro.
From London, though, man.
But the fact I think you've got like the 7th biggest support in the world.
Yeah, we're a big club.
So that means that it's not about London. Then what about the man who live in Australia, the man who live in Africa, the man who live in, you know what I mean, in Asia?
But then obviously, you got like Henry, Dennis Bergkamp. These are goated players in the Premier League, like on Tony Adams, Ashley. Like we've been there. So you know what I'm saying? It's different, man. Like we were, and then think about it like this: who did everybody hate before Arsenal? Man United. Why? Because they won. And then Arsenal were the first team in the Premier League to kind of usurp them. So everybody was like, you know what? I want to support Arsenal because we were a nice club. We had Arsene Wenger. Everybody wanted to be and back Arsenal. So I don't know, man. I
can tell you now. Even when you guys were winning, no one hated you because you were playing great football.
Mm-hmm.
You were kind of, as a club, as a club, you were pretty humble as a club as well. But now you're not. So you've become that.
Ain't it weird, Cal? It's like they became dickheads when they stopped winning.
No, I tell you what it is. They've got a bad man older brother, but the little brother's not that guy. But the little brother's the loud one in the room, louder than everyone else. But he knows Big Bro ain't like that. Big Bro was on the humble team, but everyone knew Big Bro was about it. But Big Bro's moved out of the country. Little Bro's still going on like Big Bro's still here.
That makes
no one cares about it.
Social media exposed them.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've lost a little bit of my hate for Man United based on them being crap.
No.
What I mean is, like when Arsenal were crap, my hate never diminished. Man United being crap, a little bit of my hate's diminished. I almost have to remind myself who they are sometimes.
No, it makes me hate them more, Drift. Because now, when I wanted us to be at our best and Man United to be at their best and us to beat them at their best, that makes me hate them even more, that they were messing about how they were.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you know what? And this might be a nice segue. If you don't want us to win the league, you lot can do something about it, right? You lot can actually.
Arsenal win the league's the worst thing that can happen.
We already did. Unfortunately, Arsenal cheated in that game.
Listen,
if Arsenal win the league, I'm gone. I'm not staying here. I'm gone, bruv. I'm jetting out, bruv.
You can do something to stop us because you've got to play us twice. You can win with all your games,
and we will try our best.
Okay, cool. Because I want to see what this whole Liverpool. I want to see what your season's saying. I want to see what happens
if Liverpool don't win it. Best case scenario is that Tottenham win it by 2 points over Arsenal.
No, but that's not going to happen. So let's the realism. If you don't win it, we're going to win it. So,
And do you want to know the? Do you want to know the real?
We'll win it beating
Do you want to
Arsenal
know
at
the
home
point
and
when I
then
really
celebrate
hated
Arsenal.
Arsenal fans? The point when I really hate Arsenal fans was when they realised that we're in the Champions League final with Tottenham, and after a whole season of absolute abuse, they then turned around and tried to act like they're our friend.
Did we bottle the
Nothing-
league after losing by 1
Yeah, now
goal?
nothing got me more wound up than them putting
They tried
Liverpool
to
flags.
celebrate our victory. They tried
Bro.
to jump on our victory parade.
Listen,
How they put
You
Liverpool
lot-
flags in their DPs?
Just
They had
stop.
Liverpool. I was like, what
I had
is
it.
going
I had it
on here?
you lot think? Oh, listen, I was definitely Liverpool lead that day. I tell you that. for
Yeah,
free.
we know, bro. We
Yeah,
know, bro.
Yeah, the
You,
flag.
you,
The half and half scarf.
What we know, bro.
you think I want to see Spurs win the Champions League? Are you listen? I was praying to every single god available. Listen, to be real, you know how they be right nowadays. You can transform and you can be one of those people that pray to different. I was trying to make new religions. I tell you that.
Leism.
There was
Oh
no
man.
way. I couldn't have that.
Oh man.
I'll be real.
Oh,
But
man.
listen, Liverpool, just step up, rise. You got Szoboszlai who Gifty. He's better than the Odegaard, yeah.
I knew this.
As a talent, yeah.
Is he better? No, but right now,
I actually
Yeah,
rate
no,
Szoboszlai, man.
As a talent, yeah.
The only
He's better
footballer
than
that doesn't
Odegaard.
shave his legs.
No, but
is
I
Ray.
said it at the time. I think
Mediterranean routes, man.
Odegaard is more established in the Arsenal team. That's a fact, and he's a brilliant player. I don't think there's anything bad about about Odegaard, but I do believe that
Madison's better,
Szoboszlai is
yeah.
a slightly more talented footballer. I do. He's younger as well. I know it's not much, but he is younger. I think Szoboszlai is a more talented player.
what about Declan? Is he better than any of your players? Is he?
Declan's way better than any holding man we have. That's a fact.
What party is he better than any of your players?
He's better than any holding man we have as well. That's a fact.
As a right back, what about Ben White? Is he better than any of your players?
No.
As a
I know
right
people. No, I know people laugh at Trent defensively, but I still think he's better.
But
than
as a
Ben White.
right, not a football player, as a right back.
Yeah, because I think there's more to being a right back than just defending. So I think Trent is better. I'm not swapping Ben White for Trent. There's no
Oh,
chance.
so you should beat us theoretically home and away because you got a better team, right?
I mean, we've been smoking you for years, but shit
No, but
happens.
you didn't beat us last season. You didn't beat us last season, though, did you? So,
No, we
so
didn't,
this
no, we didn't beat. We were our absolute worst, and you
No, but
needed a dodgy
this
penalty, and we
season-
drew with you.
so this
I mean,
season you're
come
gonna-
on, Lee.
so
Let's
this
not be
season
too.
you're gonna put your chest
Let's
out.
not be super
So
shameless.
this season, are you going to
I
start?
haven't forgotten how weak that penalty was. You got to beat us at the Emirates last
So
season.
hold on,
bro.
hold on.
I'll never forget.
And
that.
you know what? Okay, even if I was going to give it because we got a dodgy VAR as well that should have been given up.
Yeah, and that
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
No
I'll give
camera
you-
angles, apparently.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I think we should have beaten you at your ground. I think in the first half we should have been 3-4 goals ahead, 3-1 or 4-1 up. That's my honest opinion. So maybe we should have won and then drew at our ground. Cool. But I'm now asking you. You've got a better squad than us.
No,
You got better 11.
Better 11. Better 11.
No. Where's the tapes? You said you got a better squad. If you said if you think about it, you said you got a better squad.
Yeah,
than us.
I said that's
you
the
had Jota
arguable.
off the bench.
That's
You
the
said you got
arguable
Jota off the
point.
bench. You got Gakpo off the bench. You got
Yeah,
so
that's the arguable.
potato,
point. I never
potato,
said it was fact. I said
you got a
it's the
better manager.
arguable
So
point.
you got a better manager. So you should
Oh,
finish
that's a
above us,
fact.
right?
Yeah. That's
No, I'll give you that. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's clear. So you got a better manager. You got a better first 11. That is guaranteed. You said. So are you going to finish above us?
Well, you have to add the context as you like to understand. We have to add
And you're in Europa
And the
League, right?
context is we've got a whole brand new midfield. If we do buy another midfield in January, it's even more newness. Klopp said himself, call this the first year because this is actually when I'm on a rebuild now. We've got a lot of fresh players and but we're in a rebuild. So our cohesion, our togetherness, we're way behind on you lot. You lot have did it all or nothing. We've seen the camaraderie. It's beautiful in the Arsenal dressing room. You're further ahead than us, bro. You're further ahead. Your players know where each other's going to be. You know what I've won. You know what I mean? Declan Rice didn't even have to move house to come to Arsenal. Everything's settled there, bro.
You got
Come on,
Szoboszlai who's come in, hit the ground running. McAllister, he's hit the ground
He's
running.
still a
So
young Hungarian from another country, bro. I know he's
I-
hit the
I
ground
got-
running,
I-
but he's got a lot of
I've
stuff
been
he's
told
got
that
to get
he's the new
used to.
Gerrard, though, right? No?
We've never said that.
Okay.
We've never said that.
I'm-
Cal, have you ever said he's the new Gerrard? We've never
know
said
those words will never come out.
Yeah, we've never said
I don't know. Listen,
We've never said
the beauty of this internet thing is everything's there. So listen, if you
He might be the
know-
closest thing we've ever ever had since Gerrard left. Eventually, when he fulfills his
Okay.
potential,
Listen,
but
you've
nobody's
got-
ever said he's Gerrard right now.
You've got
No
the
way.
best. You got the. I remember your manager did the same thing a couple of seasons ago. You got the best right back, the best keeper, and I don't know where you finished, but I don't think you finished above Arsenal. So listen, man, you've
No,
got.
that
A
season he said
When
it.
was this? When was
maybe
it?
did.
You've only finished above us once in 7 years.
Alright,
So what
cool.
season
Listen,
was this?
you didn't know we didn't win the league. So listen, I just want to. You said you
Once
I
in
would-
7 years.
you-
I know. When did
you-
Klopp say this?
Tamer,
Goes,
that's a-
You have got a better first 11 for sure, a better squad. You got Salah. Listen, he's opened up a new pack. He looks good. I give it to him. He looks good.
hold on. Is this some Salah praise coming from Lee before we
The
wrap up?
playmaking- The playmaking is looking nice. I'll give it to him. But
Oh, hold on. Is this Lee right now?
No,
Shit, if I do it. Shit, if I do it.
listen, I ain't got no alcohol. I'll sit this.
Lee giving Salah praise. What's happening?
Listen, you've got it all going
time.
for you. You've got it all going for you. So all I want to see is you lot rise up and do something because you don't want Arsenal to win it. Nobody's saying that Liverpool are going to win it. So there's only one team that can win it, right?
I think we beat you at home and draw away from home with you this season.
Listen,
I say that depending on injuries going into the game away. At home, I think we beat
It's
you,
a lot. It's a lot to do with injury.
but I still think you win the league. Unfortunately,
it's a lot to do with
but it's
injury.
always F Arsenal, bro.
So you want us to win,
Always.
you want Man City who have done this.
I'll get that back now.
You want a team that has done this done you over three times.
No, I don't. I'm not. If Liverpool don't win the league, bro, I don't care who wins it. Apart from, I don't want it to be Arsenal, or Man United. I'd rather Spurs win it than you.
I'd
guys.
rather Chelsea won it.
Arsenal
Yeah.
or Man City, who do you want to win it? Arsenal, right?
No,
You
Man
two,
City.
bro, I'd like both clubs.
No,
to pull out the-
Man City over Arsenal, Lee. I
I'll
got
be
The
honest,
same team that picked you three times and cheated.
yes.
because of people like you, Lee. Because of you, bro. You,
Listen,
Robbie,
if Arsenal win the league, Lee, you know the
Glory.
world's gonna crash.
Cecil. Bro, Cecil was making t-shirts in January, bro.
listen, talk to him.
I
If you want his
asked him not
number,
to.
Merry
I
Christmas.
asked him not to
Bro,
do
If
it's
it.
you
because
want
of
his
you
Arsenal,
lot, bro.
if you want
Blame
his
yourselves, bro.
if you want his
Take some
number, you got to speak to him directly. I'll
Where's
give it to
Kevin
you.
Samuels where you need him, bro? Hold some accountability, bro.
Listen, that's him. You got to talk to him about that. That's some wild stuff. But
No,
I
I've spoken to Cess. I begged him not to do it, bro. I
listen,
begged him not to do it.
listen, I just think Liverpool there needs to be a little bit
He
more.
was outside dancing outside the stadium when you lot signed. Right, you lot did a song for part. You done dub plates for players, bro.
What? How did
This
that
is why we can't let you lot win because you lot are
Party
finishing
hard.
fifth and doing dub plates, bro.
Listen, we're
Those girls
vibesy.
man.
We're
can't let
vibesy.
Arsenal win.
We're
They can't.
vibesy. We're vibesy. We're vibesy. Listen,
No, it's not vibesy, bro. It's worse. It's just bad.
that's my
Don
my
Robbie,
freelance
Don Robbie doing
employer.
a two-step.
Go, Don Robbie, innit? Like, you know me. I'm taking the heat for Cecil. That's my guy. It's my bro. So, I'm a rep for him.
He loves Cecil.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm a rep for him.
That's why I
still,
begged him not to do it. I didn't want him to feel the heat. I was like, bro, please don't do it. But it is what it is.
It's your fans,
Listen.
bro. It's the fans, man.
I think Liverpool need
They
to
actually have the worst fans.
expectations there. I'm hearing a lot of excuses. I'm hearing a lot of this back and forth. I'm hearing a lot of
What from
You know,
Liverpool?
listen. I
What
don't know. I
excuses
feel
are
like-
we? Are we?
I
No,
feel like there's
I'll
gotta
say
be-
it straight. I think Arsenal right now are the best equipped to win the league. I think City are the second best team in the league, and I think we're the third best right now.
And so if you don't finish, if you don't finish third, is that failure?
Oh,
Yes.
fact.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. If we don't finish third, I will kick off more than I did last season. 100%.
Okay.
What do you mean
So
by
George,
that?
what are you saying?
What do you mean
Yeah,
by
yeah. What do you
that?
mean by
What do
that?
you mean by that?
Oh no, George. You said it's not gonna last. What you saying now, bro?
Because listen, you got
Well,
your
a butterfly sting like a
that doesn't February really.
If
No,
we
do you know
finish,
what?
if we finish
We-
below third because of tactical decisions by the manager, I will have to say something I don't want to say.
Uncomfortable
Drop out,
conversations.
boy.
I will have to say what I don't want to say
Oh.
because I'm Liverpool.
I think you're
first.
saying
Oh,
more than you needed to.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
that
You're
was a
saying
chill.
more than you
That's a
needed
chill,
to.
my body.
Yo,
Still,
what time is that? What time that?
Oh, must have stepped on my brain.
Hour and 15.
Oh,
I'm Liverpool first. I'm Liverpool before
Whoa.
any.
You know what? On that premise,
Whoa.
if Arteta don't win this season, ban him out. Cool. You know what? I'll give you that. I'll give
Clip it. Clip
I'll give
it.
you that. I'll give you that. Listen, I'll give you that.
I
'cause
feel
you know
like you're
what?
just walking through the hood and you let everyone know you won the
Yeah,
lottery.
yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
need to
yeah,
tell
yeah,
anyone,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. He literally went.
Tell anyone, bro.
Callum went
Why are
from.
we scared?
Callum
No, but
went
why
from
are we scared to say it? Like, this is Liverpool. If we finish below third, which me and you, Drift, think we will finish third comfortably. But if we don't,
yeah, I
what
do.
we can't call out the people responsible for us not finishing.
Well, again, there has to be some context added to why we
No,
don't.
but that's
So
what I
when
said.
when
But that's
did
what I
that?
said. If it comes down to his
Time.
tactical, if it's tactical reasons why we are not finishing third, then I have to say something that I don't want to say. FSG out for life. I think everyone knows that about me, but like, it is what it is.
Time for
So listen,
anti-spin.
I said the same thing for Arsenal. Listen, but you know, context don't matter, right? Apparently so. Yeah, context don't matter. So
If we say for example, we finished fifth or we finished sixth, but we won the Europa League, I wouldn't really be that bothered where we finished in the league because we still won a European title. No, I'll be honest with you, bro, because it would have meant we put a lot of effort into that towards the end of the season, and maybe we compromised.
If we pick up our squad saying that we've got one of the best attacks in Europe, if we say
but Cal, let me ask you a question.
Win Europa and finish fifth or sixth, bro. That's a failure.
All right, it might look bad on paper, but let me be honest with you. What would you rather do? Finish second, about maybe 8 points off whoever wins the league, but we're comfortably second, so it does look good in the league, but we didn't win a trophy, or we finished fifth or sixth in the league, but we won the Europa League? Because, bro, I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather the trophy, bro.
No, but I'm not picking between the two.
The red pill, the blue.
No, but if you had to pick one or the other, which one would you take?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not compromising.
I think it's bad if he finished fifth because Arsenal dropped out of the Europa League because we were top and we wanted to go through it. If you finish fifth and win the Europa League, that's not great, though. I'll be real. It's not great.
Europa League is the third best trophy to win. Champions League and Premier League, or like
You
your
should be
league
winning that
title are
regardless,
the top two. Then the Europa League is the third best trophy to win. How could we be disappointed with a season where we won a European trophy?
Because Drift, I'm not picking and choosing.
No, but I'm just asking you, in this scenario, would you rather second with no trophy or fifth or sixth with a Europa League?
And respectfully, Drift, I'm not even trying to just diminish your question, but I'm not even in that headspace, bro, because I'm not picking between the two. I'm not compromising this season.
No,
bro.
but you need, but one.
In fairness, I do agree with Lee though, which I can't believe I actually said that. You guys probably you have to win the Europa League.
Yeah, you should be winning it regardless.
Because I don't like to give either of these clubs that much. Actually, Man United, I'm not really bothered by it. But Chelsea and Man United, whenever in that competition, they win it without and they make it look easy as well. To be honest with you, and that's with Man United being poor. I think you guys need to.
No, but again, Lee, to add the context, they normally have quite a poor league run when they do it. I think like Chelsea finished seventh when they won the Europa League, right? If I'm not mistaken, under Benitez, like they were quite far down the table. When they won it, when they beat Emery and Arsenal in the final, they weren't doing well in the league that season either, were they? If I'm not mistaken.
If we get third place in Europa, I'm good. But
that would be what I would consider the season we're supposed to have. Third in Europa League. That's the season we're supposed to have.
Fifth again.
No, but winning the Europa League. All right, Cal. In all honesty, apart from bragging rights, what's the difference between third and fifth?
The fact that you've had progression in your season, Drift.
Yeah, but fifth is Champions League now this year.
Progression is a major trophy, Cal. Progression is a major trophy.
No, I'm not saying it's a major trophy.
We didn't do anything last season.
Yeah, no, I hear that, but that doesn't mean I'm letting my standards drop. Like, I'm not doing it. We're Liverpool Football Club. We sit here all the time and say we've got one of the best attacks in world football. We've got Alisson, who's the best goalkeeper. We've got Trent, who's a generational talent. We've got Virgil. But then we're sitting there saying we'll take fifth in the Europa.
But remember, I said the context is
Salah.
Some Premier League results.
You think Salah wants fifth spot, bro?
But bro, my caveat is Premier League took a little bit of a knock while concentrating on Europa League.
Why is it taking a knock?
All right, say for example, there was 5 games to go and we're in a semi-final of a Europa League. You've got a Premier League game and you've got the first leg of the semi-final of the Europa League. And we're in third place at that moment. But we know we can't win the league. We're in third and we can't win the league. I'll be honest, Cal. Klopp has to play a weakened team in the Premier League and a first team in the Europa League. He has to. Because if we're in a semi-final of the Europa League and we know we can't finish higher than third, I'll be so angry if we put a full team out in that third and tied players out or somebody got injured when we're in the semi-final of Europa
And
League.
win that game
with
with the weakened team, then, bro.
Look, if I'm being honest, second to fourth or now fifth doesn't matter. It doesn't.
No,
It
but
doesn't,
it's
George. That's the point I'm trying
I
to
think
make.
it's
Now, other than
optics.
bragging rights, there's not much difference.
It
It
doesn't
is
matter.
about trophies.
The thing is, though, it is about optics because Liverpool aren't in the position where you should be finishing. So you can finish wherever, but the point is that you shouldn't be finishing below third, in my opinion, because you can use the excuse of Szoboszlai, you can use the excuse of McAllister coming in, and Gravenberch coming in. But firstly, you've got great players. And can we not talk about McAllister being a player from the Premier League the same way he talk about Declan Rice? Can we not talk about the fact that Szoboszlai, you're waxing lyrical about this guy who, if he's a better player or currently on par with the older guard, who has been here for this amount of time and done all of these things, then you have to have a level of you have to have a level
here, bro.
No, but my point is, if you can't say that he's better or level on or whatever it is.
We're talking about talent. We're not talking about everything. I'm just talking about
so
talent.
Who would you take right now as a player?
Talent-wise, I take Szoboszlai. Who's more settled in the Premier League? I take Odegaard. There's context to it, bro.
But my point is that you've got players that have hit the ground running straight away, so you can't move the needle. It's either you expect them to do extremely well because they've settled in and there's no excuses, or you're having a real reset. Which one is it?
No, but at some point you could come unstuck. Szoboszlai's not used to having Premier League pressure for a whole season. I expect him to get tired at some point, because he's not used to this. Like, there's an adaptation. Like, even if you hit the ground running, there's still variables to throw in. Do you know what I mean? It could happen to George with Van der Ven. Brilliant player, but what if he starts getting a bit overwhelmed by how intense it is week after week and he's not used to it? He might fall off a bit. You got to give a little bit of adaptation, bro. You do. Like, you know what I mean? It can't just be luckily for you.
So one player. So one player, because McAllister's already been there, so we can't really.
No. Gravenberch is new to the league as well, so
but
he's
not
another
a star,
player. Endo's new to the league, so that's another player.
No,
our only player is McAllister. He's the only player that's played in the Premier League before.
What I will say though is we've got a lot of new players and they've managed to adapt straight away. So surely then also there is a part of this in terms of recruitment of making sure you've got the right players that can adapt like really quickly to the league.
I know, but players do come out and actually admit, Raj, you know what, the Premier League is mad. So they might adapt quick because they're a talented player, but then the fatigue will kick in because of how intense playing in. I'm seeing Szoboszlai already start to get a little bit tired now, 8 games in. I don't know about you, Cal, but I'm actually seeing him already look a little bit more tired than
he's being asked to be a defensive midfielder / attacking midfielder, which he shouldn't be doing.
Well, we've been down to 10 men for half our games as well. But
but you see, from your starting 11, you've got how many new players have you got in your starting 11? Minus McAllister, who's already been in the league, so I don't really feel like that's fair to use that. How many players are new?
No, but he's still new, bro. Because Declan Rice is still new to the Arsenal team.
So why don't you get
two players out of our starting 11? It's two new players.
So do Arsenal. We've got exactly the same. So can you see what I'm trying to say here? You should have the same thing that we have because we've got 2 players just like you. And my other point is, we had a player that was from West Ham. Now, West Ham finished where? 14th, I think it was. So the level of expectation for him to come up to Arsenal's level from West Ham,
no, but they won the European trophy and finished.
Yeah, but Szoboszlai was playing in the Champions League. No, he was playing in the Champions League. McAllister was playing in a position, the team that finished where? 6th, 7th.
No, so, I get your point on McAllister. He's a high caliber player.
You see my point? So it's like you're not giving the same reprieve for Arsenal that you give for Liverpool.
No, but that's just because as a team, I just think you're 2 years further along in your project.
2 players and 2 players, the same thing.
No, but your whole overall team, because you're still a lot further along in your project. That's all I'm saying. You're still further along in your project.
But how? Because
I do believe Arsenal and Liverpool
to give you a bit more context,
are quite a similar level right now.
Again, to give context, you think about our first 11. Who came in last season? Jesus came in last season. We've got a new keeper that's coming this season. Zinchenko came in last season, plus our two midfielders that have come in this season. So that's 5.
But to use your McAllister thing, all used to the Premier League.
They're all Prem. All of them
all used to the Premier League.
Yeah. So that's my point. So I'm only including one for you, and the same thing for us, 1 player. So I can see the same thing you're saying. So it should be, you should have the same level of expectation for us because you've only got, in theory, 1 new player who's Szoboszlai, and we've got 1 new player in Havertz. and Declan Rice. So it's the same
No,
thing.
Havertz has played in the Premier League. You actually
That's my
don't have a
point.
new player with going along the premise of Premier League proven
Okay,
or
fine, we don't.
Premier League experience.
Okay, yeah, we
Timber's
don't.
the only player that hasn't played in the league and he's injured.
Okay, cool. So if we've got one and you've got none, you can't say then you can't use the whole rebuild and all that stuff because you've only got one player. That shouldn't make a difference to the point where you can't challenge, you can't be above Arsenal. You see my point? So the context is the same. Context is the same.
Nah, I get where you're trying to go, but not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. But look, hey,
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. But we're gonna see. As I said,
we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. I think it's might be the most intriguing Premier League season we've had for
anything below. I think I'm gonna be fuming.
And I said Arsenal are going to win the league because I think that, honest to God, I think that Man City won't get the points that they got last season because I just think the league is better. I think if you go to Aston Villa, it isn't a banker you win. If you go to Brighton away, it's not a banker you win. If you go to Arsenal, Spurs now, it's not a banker you win. So for me, I just don't see Man City being the same team. And I think that hopefully we're going to have enough to beat them. Hopefully. And someone just said a different system. Can we not talk about Arsenal? We've got a different system where we're not playing party right back. That's a different, totally new system. So the same logic that you're going to use to Liverpool, their new system, Arsenal have exactly the same thing. So we can't do this whole tit for tat.
I mean, he only did it for 2 games, then he got injured.
No. And remember, the 2 games he did it, then who got injured? Partey. So he changed. Gabriel was out of the team.
What? So you think he would have played Partey right back for the whole season?
Listen, remember we had Timber.
I don't think he would have.
I'm telling you, if Timber was here,
to be honest with you,
I'm telling you, if Timber here was here fit, Partey would have been right back.
Well, so you think Gabriel would have actually been dropped fully out of the first?
Gabriel would have been ghost.
Oh, but apparently he's better than Romero.
He's better than Romero. That's the manager. That doesn't matter. Just same thing like I think Saliba's better than Konate, but who starts for France? Konate.
Saliba's
so you can't do that.
He is better.
We can't. But do you see my point? Like it's different systems, different players. So for me, I'm not sitting here saying Liverpool must win the league because I don't think you're ready. That's me being honest. I don't think some of your top players are still at the same level. I don't think Robertson's still at the same level. I think your defense in many of your games has been very leaky. But your best game for me was Aston Villa at home. I think you were excellent. That reminded me of the season when you won the league. It was like everyone was getting forward. It was like arrows. It was crazy. I think Salah's looking good, but I just don't think that you're going to be the same team. But I'm still not putting it a must. Like if you don't win, it's a failure. I'm not doing that because I just think that Arsenal and Liverpool are in the same position, in my opinion. But we're going to see. And just beat us, please, this season. You know, you're only as good as your last season, right?
Imagine getting one win in about 12 or something that.
You're only as good as your last season, right?
When we beat Anfield,
am I mistaken that Arsenal's record against us was worse than their record against City or something?
I'm just saying, when we beat you at Anfield, make sure you're not on date night, yeah?
Listen, my date night is spontaneous, first. Secondly, can you beat us at Emirates?
Spontaneous.
Can you beat us at the Emirates?
Imagine a planned spontaneity.
Can you beat us at the Emirates, please? Can you beat us at the Emirates?
All I'm saying is, I remember when the Caicedo thing happened, bro. You were strolling the streets of Norwood looking for my house, bro.
Listen. I was in Norwood Junction.
I almost took out restraining order.
I was driving around with my nephew, bro, and I was like, listen, if you see anyone that looks like this brother here, yo.
But just running up to random people like, yo, you did it. Oh, no.
I was at Ashburton Park. If anyone knows where Ashburton Park is, bro, I was in Ashburton Park looking for this brother, bro. I was taking my nephew home. I was like, I'm find this brother, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, that's quite far away still.
Yeah. No, I know driving wise he's not. Driving wise.
Listen, now I know that I'm connected dots, bro. You know, bro. Let me go back.
I just put the word out. I see anyone you see who's 6'9" with a beard looking for me, you call the police ASAP.
You know what? Before I do supers, Lee, how do you actually make yourself look smaller on camera? It's a mad thing.
It's baffling, isn't it?
No, it's baffling.
Are you seeing him in real life now, George? Isn't it?
Yeah,
I told you.
Seen it?
Big Show had to do the choke.
It's Jack in the Beanstalk, bro. I don't know how he makes himself look small on camera.
Listen,
It's crazy.
Keep O'Neill
I'm
and the
not
Big
that
Show
tall, bro.
both say
I
they
look like Peter Crouch's wife next to him.
I'm not that tall, bro. Honestly, I'm
Oh,
not.
stop lying, bro.
Cow, bro, you're like my height for real.
No,
You
I'm
are.
not, bro.
Lee, you're built like a 1x4, man.
Yeah. You know what? I'll be real. It was this year. I got a range. I couldn't fit in anything else, bro. I literally couldn't, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You're literally top 1% of men for height. Like literally, bro.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's crazy. I don't know how you make yourself look so small on camera.
I'm a
It's
As I
normal
actually
said,
guy,
bro.
bro.
But he taught the Big Show how to do the choke slam, bro. That's
Nah, it's real.
The cage, but
It's crazy.
Nah, man.
Like,
Nah,
it's
bro. I'll be real,
actually
bro. I'm
mad.
not that tall, man. I'm not that tall. I wish I was. I wish.
Like
I was.
right now, you're holding a 5-liter bottle of water, but we think it's a 2-liter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone thinks he's holding a 2-liter, but that's a 5-liter.
isn't that my well from down the road?
You know what I'm saying, bro? It's actually crazy, bro.
I wish,
like,
bro. I wish. Nah,
all
bro.
that height in the league.
it's mad. It's actually
But it's
mad.
not even that he's tall. He's hench as well. Hench.
Yeah, nah, bro.
You know what I'm
Listen,
saying,
Bro,
man.
he's
bruv.
6'9" and in height, brother, and he's 5'8" in width, brother. It's mad. It makes no
For the
sense.
people that want to know the truth, I'm 191 centimeters, but they do say that no one cares about the truth.
Oh, whatever, man.
No one cares about the truth. 'cause
Hold
the
on,
life
hold on.
won't
Let me
change.
actually Google what
191 centimeters when he's holding the tape measure from his knee, bro.
Oh, from the waist up, yeah, the waist up.
Lee, that says 6'2". You liar.
liar, bro.
Absolute
Liar.
liar, bro.
6'2",
I'm 5'10",
bro.
it's impossible.
Yeah, you are. That's a lie, bro.
I swear.
You are 200
yourself when you're
centimeters
9,
minimum, bro.
Yo,
Your
that is crazy.
wingspan is probably 191 centimeters.
I remember, yeah, when we were going to AFTV, I said, in my mind, I was like, when I see Lee, I'm finally going to see Lee, I'm going to banter him. But when I saw him, I thought, you know, I've got to come on the humble thing, because if I say something outlandish, it could be a madness for me still.
Bro,
Not many people make me feel small.
But
And
I'm
next to
not
Lee, I
tiny,
felt
bro.
small. We were sitting down and I felt small.
But I
We
shook his
weren't even
hand, bro.
standing up, bro.
I shook his hand, bro. My whole hand was in the palm of his hand.
You know the BFT when he takes him out the window.
You know like when parents have the picture with their baby. You know that when the baby's born and it's like
The print in the
Too funny, bro. Nah, I swear that I'm 191 centimeters for real. I swear.
nah, that's bullshit. Bro.
Nine.
You was 191 centimeters. When was the last time you was measured? When you was
Maybe sitting down.
No, I've
I'm
measured.
talking about primary school. Yeah, when I was in primary school, they measured me
I
still.
swear,
Like I was
man.
191 centimeters.
I'm
Get
100.
out of
How
it.
am I gonna know that off the top of my head? I'm 191
You're
centimeters.
not.
You just
I
remember
know
the
you're
last time
6'2",
you
bro.
were
It's
measured, Lee.
impossible.
I actually heard a rumor that Van Dijk rang you to ask for aerial ability.
That's what I'm saying. You're definitely taller than Van Dijk because I've met Van Dijk, brother. You're definitely taller than
No,
Van
I'm
Dijk.
not. No, I met Van Dijk in Dubai. I swear that I'm
Yeah,
not. taller
and
than
he
him.
had to look
Yeah.
up at you, bro.
No, I've met Van Dijk. I swear I've met Van Dijk. I've met
Van Dijk was not taller than you, bro.
Van Dijk's taller than me.
He
No,
was wearing high platform shoes or something.
No, he's taller than me, man. I
You were
promise you.
definitely
I've met-
barefoot then, bro.
You was doing a
Let me
hunchback
tell
of
you how I
Notre
know I
Dame
met Van
thing.
Dijk
Man was
before.
standing on a couple steps below him. It
I
must have-
remember, I swear to you, no word of a
Escalate.
lie. I met Van Dijk and I was so shocked because not a piece of his hair was out of place. It was perfect.
And you only know that because you'd be looking down at his hair, bro.
No, he's 191. I'm 100. He's taller than me.
Nah.
Lee Haaland is what we're talking about.
Nah, he's taller than me. I wish I was taller. I wish a little bit.
You wish you were taller than you are.
You wish you were taller.
Listen, man, if you're gonna be tall, you might as well be the
What,
tallest.
do you want to
innit?
keep banging your head on the flipping lamppost as you're walking down the street or
Listen,
something
man.
like?
Listen,
But man, just picking out airplanes out of the sky like that, bro. Just holding it. Like, yeah, this is a Boeing 47. God, up you go. Like,
Oh, man. But anyway, let me get
Let's
through
not
these
throw up his arse. Let's bring it down a peg.
my team's at the top. I'm at the top. Well, you know.
Oh, so who's at the top? What?
Hey, technically Spurs are.
Yeah, technically.
Right, can't reach first.
Potato, Spurs, Arsenal, tomato, you know.
Honesty says, question, boys, if any of our clubs won the treble, would it be hyped up more than City's treble? Because it seems like no one really cared that much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the nature. That's the nature of social media, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyone
I definitely think that's the most went under the radar treble ever.
Yeah.
It's because it's tainted to an extent, isn't it?
Yeah, I said this. No one cares.
Yeah. It is kind of true. Nobody actually does. And it's not even being shady. I actually think nobody cares. Like, they've taken how many titles and things away from us, and I'd still rather they won it than others. Like,
it goes back to my point. I said to you, Drifty, I'll say it, and I'll say it to the day I die. Chelsea can't be a bigger club than Arsenal for the bare fact they finished 12th or wherever it was, and nobody talks about it. Nobody. They're not bigger than us. They're not.
I mean, fan bases, as we said, Lee. I think it is more about the fan bases, but we'll save that one for the next panel show. Honestly, I'm so tired of people saying that Liverpool only got one league. We've got 19 of them bad boys. Don't, because the name changed, we start recounting. I mean, honestly, we know this already. Everybody's been doing that for the longest.
I said that, but I was only talking in comparison because the Arsenal and it wasn't like, oh, because I know I've only won 3 Premier Leagues. Like, the rest of them come from before.
I'm obviously Cass isn't here anymore. Cass's logic is always there's no excuse, but hear me out, and then he gives a bag of excuses. Obviously, I did.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
Man United is a Toyota MR2 with a Ferrari body kit. Bro, I remember the days when the MR2 was kind of a bad boy whip, so that's kind of mad. But yeah, I hear you, Ty. I hear you. And less GA than Havertz, but he's better than.
That's about Soboslai.
We're not doing GA when it comes to.
Yeah. Come on. It's like I was saying, like when Lee said, for example, Havertz has an assist. I mean, he passed the ball 3 yards. Are we really doing that? Like, and it was a deflected goal as well. So it's like, I don't know.
I'm not sitting here saying Soboslai is better than Odegaard, but let's not bring him in. Let's not bring Havertz into the conversation. We're better than that.
Listen, man, you should take away penalties from Salah, then, innit? Yeah.
And he's still have about 30 goals a season.
Take away penalties from Henry then as well.
Most of them were done by Perez, to be fair, but yeah.
Was that the one where they're trying to do the synchronizing thing? Or?
Yeah. How funny. Yeah.
But yeah, people, we have come to the end. Unfortunately, we can't keep the brothers any longer. Man.
It's been a fun
one. It's been a good one, man. It's been a good one. You got us longer than you should have, but I know this was a one-off, so you got a little bit of extra there.
It's like a top tier special.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, it is a shame that we obviously couldn't do it this season, but we're in the Europa League. It's Liverpool's fault why we can't do the show this season. But
listen, Mr.
whenever
Klopp,
we get the opportunity, we will be bringing you this show. Make sure you smash the like button. Big up that everyone who's been in here. Lee, Cass, George, love as always, boys.
Mr. Klopp, boy, cries.
I mean, my manager wins everything, but we move. So, people, make sure that you go and support Lee. Make sure you go and support George. As always, we will put the link to their channels in the description. And hopefully, it won't be too long. When is the next international break, guys?
November. Like 3 weeks.
Is it November? Seriously?
November.
What?
Yeah.
Is it really November?
Yeah, we have 4 games, and then it's
four games.
I mean, it's good because hopefully the Prem panel will be back. But what? Another 3 games in the Prem, and then we're back to another.
November, man. So listen, hopefully
September, October, November. We've had them 3 in a row.
Yeah, hopefully we can win all our games. And
international games mean so little that they're not even on TV. Chelsea.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, apart from the England game, no international games are on telly. That's how much nobody even cares.
I think they're on Sky Sports, though, innit? Behind the red.
No, bro, they're not, bro. They're not.
I'm completely honest as well. I'm really not bothered about these international.
Yeah, I don't care about international football.
I look at the result. I say, "Cool, another goal for Kane," and then move on with my life.
Jesus, man.
Well, you don't need to watch Scotland because Robertson's not going to play, so you're all right.
Okay.
No, but I want to see how Tierney's getting on.
He's injured too. He's injured too. Just add out. Cheney doesn't play for us, so you know. So.
Yes, he does. You're his parent club. Yes, he does.
Listen, I don't. That's just
He
one.
still
excuse
pays
that-
wages,
excuse
bro.
I don't need to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all right.
Honestly, just before we go,
That's
Les.
Lee. No, Lee.
Oh, Lee makes Amos look like Homschwaggle. And then have you men seen Zanolo and Tonale scandal? No, I haven't.
There's apparently a betting scandal with them too. They've been sent over from Italy.
They've left the Italian camp.
Well,
no wonder AC
What's
wanted to cash in.
Yeah, maybe they knew something.
Something with them Italian clubs, man. Something wrong with them. What wasn't it your director of football? He's in the pen as well.
No, he's still cooking for us as a consultant.
Freelance contracts, yeah.
Yeah. He's got 100% record with his transfers in. He just can't get one out.
Freelancers normally
let
get
him
paid
cook.
more.
Let him cook in prison, man. It's better than the meals he'll be getting anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
when he's on his yard
that's
time
mad.
for like 10 minutes or something, he's just there.
Making cool.
Oh, man. Do you know what? This is crazy as well. Before I go, we are the 12 o'clock kickoff again after an international break again. I mean,
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. We should be smashing Everton at home.
Cal, like I said, Cal, have you ever had pasta at 6 o'clock in the morning? I'm not saying it's an excuse, but there's a reason to feel a bit heavy, bro.
No, that's fair enough. But
Again, though, it's the product of your own success.
Every single. You see how when we had the debate about Arsenal players and Liverpool players, there is not one single Everton player who's better than any of our first 11, and their squad doesn't even compare. Plus, we're at home. And we're angry at the moment.
No, I hear that, but no Everton man are on international duty as well. So
One Everton, bro. I want a 3 or 4-0 win in that. I don't care what time.
No, I still believe we should be winning the game, but 12:30 kickoffs are madness after international break.
We start the weekend with a bang.
In 12:30 kickoffs should be two teams. You had 95% of their squad not going international duty. That's my opinion.
But the only thing is, if you had a team like Everton or Luton, for example, and their best player was gone, that's going to be more detrimental to maybe 3 or 4 of your players going, because their best player can be jeopardized by going to international duty or comes back late. That's going to be more detriment because you've got a bigger squad, you've got a better team. So,
I mean, I don't want to think Luton have got any international.
It's got nothing to do with international breaks. It's got everything to do with the fact that Liverpool have some of the biggest fans around the world, and Premier League or Sky want to cash in on the.
Well, then make us 5:30
and the view.
Make us the 5:30 game then. Why have we got to be the 12:30 game?
But those oceanic countries, it's difficult. So like Australia.
So make us the 12:30 game when it's not international break then. Why do you keep making us a 12:30 game after international break? And last season we were on the 12:30 kickoff 6 times, double the amount of any other team. I don't know what's going on with this 12:30 Liverpool kickoff.
Smash these teams at 12:30, and then they'll change our schedule, bro.
Plus, I get told that Arsenal, Man United got more fans than us around the world. So why are these clubs at 12:30 then?
Because who wants to watch Man United, bro?
To be fair, I think Man United quite a fair bit.
Yeah,
but it was only 3 times for Arsenal last season. It was 6 for
Arsenal. Would you watch Man United if that was the only game on TV? Because I wouldn't.
Well, they're fans, right? Fans watch.
I will say though, bun the FA and bun the PGML or whatever the hell they're that is one thing. Michael Oliver, you need to hang your head in shame, bro, for that Man City Arsenal performance as well. I will say that for sure. They need to go, man. They like them referees are.
Was it because he was too? What did he say? Because he was too scared to ruin the game.
Yeah, to ruin the game.
Yeah,
is that what he said?
It was something along those lines. Like he didn't want to ruin the game, or
no. But here's the thing, bro. By the letter of the law, Kovacic should 100% be sent off. But people are gonna think I'm being silly when I say this. But I respect the fact that keeping 11 on the pitch, if you can, makes a better spectacle. I think we give yellow cards out so easy now that players are getting sent off and they shouldn't be getting sent off.
No,
but there's
not with this example, Drew. If you can't get this example.
No, he should have got 2 yellows. But I'm saying I got more respect for a ref saying I'm trying to keep 11 against 11 than the incompetence that happens around all the other stuff.
But let's say that happens with Liverpool versus Crystal Palace as an example. If that happens, and Liverpool players should have been sent off and they didn't. Then
thing should have been Gross should have been sent off against.
That's unfair on the Leicester team because then they got a better chance when they rightfully should have been a red card.
Yeah,
that ruins that.
Oh, you mean if it's the other way around?
Yeah, that's what
the referee's job is to make sure the game is played fairly and to protect the players. That is their job.
because
No,
because-
I get that. I do.
right,
get that.
because if he had got sent off the first time, imagine if the second time he broke his ankle. He's not had a duty of care to the players. So ultimately, he's still done
I hear what
his
you're
job
saying.
wrong. And
I-
I'm
I
just
hear
looking at
that.
it, I'm like, well, my only thing is anyway, more on top of anything, you didn't even go to VAR. So what is the point? What is the point of not going to VAR if you're not going to use it? Come on, man, that's a clear red card. At least go to the screen and be like, you know what? I want to make a decision. And you can still stay with it. I might not be happy with it, but at least you looked. But you don't even look at it.
No, but the thing was, Lee, the second one was it a yellow one? The second one wasn't a red.
No,
the
I'm talking
first
about the
one.
first
You could
one.
say
The
possibly.
first one was a red.
Yeah, first one was
the
definitely
yellow.
He
first one
didn't go
was
to
definitely red.
VAR. He didn't go
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
He
First one was
didn't
definitely
go,
red.
and that was
Yeah,
my
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, these referees are 100. And that same referee for you guys was in the UAE 2 days before.
Yeah.
And
Bro,
I don't.
Jota got a red
Mike
card
Muller-
for 2 yellows, and he didn't even touch the player.
Mike
No, I
Muller
think-
was fourth official in our game.
No,
No
but
one
you see,
can't tell me that Kovacic challenge wasn't worse than Curtis Jones on Basuma.
this
No,
the problem. The problem
Of
is
course
with
it was
the
worse.
Jota
Both
one.
right.
The Jota one is killed it because he clipped him. The referee, that's a mistake that can be made. It's a yellow card. The second one, it was stupid. It was right after 5 minutes after. But the ref was in the UAE 2 days before. Now I don't think there's corruption like that with the referees being paid. But can you blame a Liverpool fan thinking, do you know what? This referee's in the same state that Man City bloody run that country. Can you blame them for thinking, do you know what? These men are cheating. You actually can't. I can't.
When you
look
see
at
the
them-
Kovacic one, Lee, you're right. If you see what
can't.
Jota was sent off for and Kovacic stayed on the pitch, you're
Let's-
like, hold on a
let's see what
minute.
happens with some Newcastle ones if there's any.
What is going on
Yeah,
there?
Man,
Like,
for me, I can't look at Liverpool fans thinking, oh yeah, they're calling out corruption, they're calling out I can't say that you man are crying. I can't say you man are going crazy because, bro, why are you in the same country of the country that there's corruption, the World Cup, all of these? It don't make sense, man. It don't make sense to me. It's rigged. It's so rigged, man. So I don't know, man. Anyway, it is what it is.
but yeah, people, make sure you go and support the brothers as always. Make sure you smash the like button. Big up yourselves for being a part of the show.
Make sure you like the stream. Keep-
Us as a channel, we will be back. Cal, when we back?
I don't even know. Maybe
I don't even know when we're
maybe
back.
tomorrow, something on Saturday,
Possibly.
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
you have
the
to stay tuned to the
Sunday.
socials, guys,
Got to
and
switch
we'll
on the
let you look.
notifications. Got to switch on the notifications.
Switch on the notifications, and we're back. And we'll see the brothers hopefully in 3 weeks. Another fucking international break. What the hell? Jesus. Until then, people, big up your damn selves as always. Love as always, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.